I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over valleys and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. I wandered lonely as a cloud. William Wordsworth. Welcome, artists and family. You know what it is. Finally, Thursday night has come back. Pull up a Zoom box, grab a microphone, and get comfortable. It's about to go down. Oh, yeah. And welcome to the online open mic presented by the legendary Nuyorican Poets Cafe. I am your host. My name is Elemen2al. Happy Thursday. This is the jump off, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. You know how it is. You know how it goes. We've been doing this and doing this and doing this well. Welcome to episode 59. We do this every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, streaming live on YouTube. If you're watching on one of these streams and you would like to join us in the Zoom, the number's on your screen, 977-539-856. Jump in, join the greatest community in the world. Want to know why I say that? Trust and believe we're going to show you this evening. We do this thanks to some dedicated folks who pay these bills, all right? So we would like to thank the New York State Department of Cultural Affairs and the New York City Council on the Arts for hosting these free online events. You can add your energy to the mix with a tax-deductible donation by going to nuyorican.org/contribute. Every dollar counts and is very much appreciated. Make sure you are plugging in with the dopest tech in the Zoomverse, Stone and only Ron Mark Thompson, aka RMT. You're not down with RMT by now, damn it. You should be all the way up in the BX. Appreciate that, dude. Make sure you plug in with Ron. This is where you can find me, Elemen2al.com. Take out the T, put in the number 2, Elemen2al.com. So many things going on. Make sure you plug in, folks. Tonight's theme, passport postage, Atlas Shrug, right? Where have you been, right? It's not physically, you know what I mean? Where have you been, right? What stamps your passport? You know what I mean? When distance doesn't matter, where have you been, right? That's what we're looking at this evening. If your artwork is not on theme, that's still totally cool because we still want to hear all of your genius. Next week's theme coming at you. Woo! Cyber security. Skynet, right? We all see this artificial intelligence getting further and further ahead, closer and closer to working with us in many, many different ways. What does that mean to you? What does that mean to you? That's what we're going to be looking at next week. It's going to be a fun one. Here's a look at the upcoming themes. Listen, it's going to continue to be great. Let's get to the rules this evening so we can get to the artistry. Artists, turn your cameras on. We are trying to simulate a live open mic stage as much as possible. Plus, we love to see all the beautiful exuberance that goes into your artistic performance. All right, so turn your cameras on. And as you're getting ready to rock, one, you can change your Zoom name to coincide with how you want people to connect with you. All right, and as you're getting ready, either before or after, make sure your information goes into the chat, but have your artwork ready. All right, the list is full. There are already people trying to get on the good luck round, right? Keep in mind that there are folks getting down. All right, so artists, you have 3 minutes to rock. All right. There's a 30-second intro to let people know how they can connect with you. Like I said, make sure you make use of this chat, right? Make use of this chat, seriously. But continue to build this community, folks. Really, that's what it's all about. All right. We have reached the time of night where the sensitive ears should be gone. They should be in Betty by now. Bye. Because we got explicit lyricists around these parts, and they may bring about some triggering flashbacks. However, the founders of our cafe were major proponents on the freedom of speech, and we will make sure it maintains in the vein of everything we do. Therefore, there is no censorship other than any hate speech or any ism that people may use to manipulate, which will not, I said not, be tolerated. Fuck around and get cute and get the boot, man. All the way from the BX, man. For real. Don't do it. All right. Respect the microphone, right? Thou hath been warned. It's serious business around these parts. After these artists get up here and share a piece of who they are, you will see this pop up on your screen. This is when you get a chance to share all of that energy, all of that exuberance with the crowd. Don't worry about the noise, y'all. It's the rowdiest night of the week anyway, and we're going to make sure it stays that way. So share all that energy. It will be returned to you in the artistry this evening. The guaranteed list tonight is closed, all right, because signups begin 24 hours before the show, which would be Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. All right, sign up. You go to Nuyorican.org, click on full events calendar, click on the Thursday that you want to get down on, and you need that Artist-RSVP ticket. That's how you're getting on, not the view. Make sure you get the Artist-RSVP ticket. If you're in the tri-state area, make sure you are plugging in with the Nuyorican Bowery Slam. That place goes hard, for real. Shout out Jay Rose, shout out Luna Rosa, shout out Dr. Z Page was rocking that too, man. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy stage. Make sure you plug in. Also, at the Lower East Side Center, shout out Soul Preem, putting in the work, all right? It's a great space. Incredible cat. Here comes another one, Tony McPherson, Final Fridays. Listen, it's going down, all right? Only sharks in that water, for real. And the Know Thyself meditation spaces. Listen, trying to take care of the entire artist, all right? So plug in. Tonight's list, yo, it's some interesting artists in this building this evening, right? Some real heavyweights. Let's do it. There's all my rowdy friends here on Thursday night. What's good, good people? What's good? We see Catman Bill's finger has arrived. Daughter of Krypton is in the building. Finn Bell is here. See y'all. Oh, the Low East Side Graffiti is going to win every time, Jedi Master, every time. Eddie Foreman's here. It's good, Eddie. Yo, let's get to this. Where is he? Where's the blacksmith? There he is. Coming up first this evening, this incredible gentleman has been a pillar of our community for quite some time, continues to rock, right? Continues to hold it down. And here comes another one. Mr. Lighthouse Writer himself, also Beat Poet Laureate of Colorado, the one and only Michael Sindler is here. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Hey, thanks, Elemental. As always, great to be here. And I will immediately put up this little thing for lighthousewriters.org. Wonderful organization with all kinds of classes and workshops and amazing things. That what can it hurt to just go to this site and take a look and see if something doesn't work with you. I am going to start a little thing, seeing how we're talking about voyages, I figured, what the hell? This is something I just wrote that's a weird little voyage called As She Slowly Floated. The frog caught a ride on Ophelia's breast as she slowly flowed down the river. Flies were landing on her eyelids and lips. He flung out his tongue and feasted. Lucky to have a human in place of a lily pad, he enjoyed being ferried downstream, gauzy fabric catching on stones and branches until it finally tore clean away from his craft. The frog sniffed floral notes of her perfume, still clinging to her waterlogged bosom. Why would someone throw away a perfectly good human? He asked a passing grackle. The tone of the current rumbling ahead made him unsure his vehicle was still viable. He jumped to her hand and then to the bank, landing on a lichen-covered outcropping. He watched her pale legs disappear, wondering if another such ride might arrive. Hard to tell what humans might do, what they might dispose of or destroy. So that was weird. Um, this one is called Snap Twig of Circumstance. We rise into wonder. We walk as if angels remember to waver. We must give them reason to open their wings. We bathe in air's river. We dance towards a future changed by snap twig of circumstance. We call the day holy, thus it is made so. We count ourselves lucky to be above topsoil. We praise rainbows and mosquitoes and wild riptides undertow. Providence and parasites are equal in action. All is fodder for wonder, for angels and ecstasy. We must give them reason to open their wings. And I was lucky to be asked by someone to put a couple poems into a book that he asked 13 of us lucky poets to write on. And this is a poem I wrote for it called Lucky 13. Later, we look back using distance as perspective, counting ourselves lucky, knocking on wood until knuckles bleed. Yearbooks, baggy photos still embarrass. Triumph and trauma, thump and bump, hung gaze out of stage, out of sight lines, innocence longing to dispense itself, roaming attention, stumbling forward, tinder trap snapped, captured disaster, 8 times 31 left and counting down. Educated decision puts lid on continuation, not without regret, but lucky nonetheless. Okay, so I'll let y'all figure that one out. And thank y'all very much. Always great to be here.
Man, listen, anytime this dude opens up, it's gonna be incredible. Tonight is no different. Unmute yourself, give it up for Michael Sindler.
Yes, Michael.
Woo! Woo!
Wonderful work.
Woo!
Indeed, folks. The Starship is underway, and it's a great Thursday, as it is every other Thursday, right? We must give them reasons to open their wings. That's a very, very interesting space to even be in, walking and just like, this is what he does. This is what he does. That Lucky 13, yeah, I'm gonna be dissecting that one. I love it. I love it. Not without regret, but lucky nonetheless. Yeah, I love that. I love that. Appreciate you, sir, for doing what you do, continuing to rock with us. Truly. Coming up next, listen, I like to say what this gentleman does sticks to your bones. And listen, I love the way he writes. He gets down with it. You're about to find out. The one and only Alan Gary is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It's always great to see you, sir. Please take it
And
away.
it's always a pleasure to be here. Feel free, everybody, to respond to my newest post or any post on my always open Alan Gary Facebook page. Well, tonight's theme is passport postage to the world with Ayn Rand's Atlas Shrugged, about the individual having power to create useful work for benefit of others. Well, I juxtapose that with Charles Bukowski's real world working class person's view of the state of life as he knew it. So this is my interpretation about what's going down. And there is some explicit language in my piece tonight. It's called Redemption. I killed a dream, deader than a mouse on a shelf, decomposing faster than absent self-esteem, discarded, dumped, and deliciously duplicious with a naturalness easy to understand. Where it began, when it sprang forth, this murderous urge, what gave it birth, made its intensity surge. Back to the beginning, they called it sinning, or was it the devil inside grinning? Temptation's fine when the moon starts to rise, sweet magnolia smelling like a tart rose. Get a hold of ya. Choose to act out your rage, appropriate for your age. Step right up, listen to the sage. A dime a dozen, fuck your first cousin. Street preacher preaching, lying, cheating, stealing, street dealing. Who's on first? What universe? Who do we ultimately serve? Who do we believe on Christmas Eve, waiting for reprieve? Failing to fly in a pig's eye, aggrieved, but not ashamed, been fucked over, but not forgotten. When memory serves, flee those nerves, start right back again. Different day, same bullshit. Another chance at redemption. Thank you.
And the next day gonna be some shit there too. Believe it. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Alan Gary.
Thanks, Alan.
Woo!
Best anytime you have any Ayn Rand to cut it with something real.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you really say a dime a dozen fuck your first cousin?
Hey, you know.
I mean, listen. I told you this is the greatest community in the world. But woo, does it get explicit, baby? It's what we do. Listen. But when you're talking about redemption, listen. All things fair in love and war, and redemption sometimes they meet and they collide. You know what I mean? Yeah. Shout out to Ayn Rand. Like, listen. I I dig the fact that you go all the way there. No, I'm just saying how far he went with it. Right? Think about that. When's the last time you even heard that name? Right? Digging deep. um, Temptation's fine when the moon starts to shine, right? Street preacher preaching, right? Who do we believe on Christmas Eve? Waiting for reprieve, right? Who can you believe in when you're waiting for a reprieve? Hopefully not somebody's and come on. Appreciate you, Alan, for what you do, man. Continue to do it. Coming up next, this incredible artist, always with the rhyme, always on time. Listen, love to see this dude coming. His energy is amazing every single time. The one and only Eddie Foreman is in the building. Come on, Eddie. Let these folks know all the incredible things that you do, man. Great to see you. Please take it away.
Thank you. I do all the incredible things that I do because wonderful poets and hosts like you. Thank you. Thank you for pushing on through. Remember that we love you. All right. My name is Ed Potato, Fantastic. Please tell me to enjoy my rhyme. Buckle sublime. I got 2 short pieces, so I'm taking much time. But my deep, wholehearted condolences for the family and friends of the poor victims in the airplane crash. I'm deeply sorry for the grim, unforeseen circumstance. Our grieving hearts are with you. May their bright souls rest in eternal peace. All right. I got 2. This is called Orange Bell. staring at the computer screen, gawking at the false travesty. An arena full of self-entitled air, billionaires and fools everywhere. The orange bell made a pledge. Everyone feels sick and unhinged. The orange bell riding on a pin, then dancing, making a trend. Orange bell will be our president. A big mouth, but no love and intelligence. There goes Elon Musk with a salute. Wait, what's that? Okay, I'll stay mute. Guests leaving their bags outside, yet they party without any replies. No more diversity or a voice. Wow, we don't have a choice. This is our America too. That was run by an orange buffoon. I know it looks sad and grim. Come closer. I give you a whim. We survived things much worse. Remember the COVID curse. Keep on living, living and surviving. Keep on thriving and smiling. 4 years will come and go fast. It will go away as a dash or a rash. There's always light in the darkness. There's a lighthouse in the hazy mist. Please don't lose your hope. Maybe this will help you cope on your tightrope. Thank you. And this is called Blue Avenue. I've been on the ship for a while. Being a sailor isn't my style. The salt water is going on my face while sharks start to chase. I did meet a mermaid once. Her voice packed a punch. She was a beautiful pearl, the prettiest gem in the world. I gave her my deepest heart. She ripped it completely apart. My carcass is baking the sun. The tides are saying I'm not done. I swim and swim up to shore. The sandy paradise I adore. I'm on a deserted island. I clap both my hands. I found a crystal bottle. What's this mini novel? The words came to my head. The scribbles were thoughtfully read. Life is a vast and raging sea. Don't let it swallow your humanity. I know it's not fair, but the sea doesn't care. Use the salt to heal your wounds. Don't sit there and be a buffoon. Thank you.
See what I'm saying? That dude's rhymes are always on time. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Poetastic.
Hey.
Woo!
Always great, Eddie. Always so nice.
Wonderful, Eddie.
Always the optimist. Keep
There, yeah.
thriving and smiling, you said. That was just amazing. You know? Thank you, Ed, for keeping us optimistic.
Yeah, Dr. Smile. That's Eddie.
Hey,
I like
listen, you got two dope ass nicknames this evening. Like you need to go rewind both of them, get both of them. Like, yikes, man. Listen, it's important, folks. I continue to say it's important to hear from your colleagues, right? So they know how your artwork makes them feel. It's important. And then you come through and say some shit like billionaires and fools everywhere. Like, how do they even end up in the same room, man? That's just crazy. Be careful how you call someone the prettiest gem in the world, right? Careful. They might believe you. The scribbles were thoughtfully read. That's like how you script a love story. That's, you know what I mean? When you're crafting visuals, that's what it sounds like. Appreciate that, Eddie. For real. Your imagery is on point, man. Appreciate you. All right. I don't see, where'd he go? Let me just throw us here. Coming up next, this incredible author, pushcart nominee, playwright, incredible educator. This cat right here, one of my favorite cats because he stays so dedicated and committed to what he does and how he does it. The one and only Mathematics is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, Maestro. Please take it away.
Hey, let me just start off by saying you threw down some amazing shit last night, Elemental. Scintillating, absorbing, and it was a good thing that I was 2,000 miles away. Otherwise, I would be set aflame. Okay? I really, really appreciated your warm-up with that piece that you threw in on Instagram. Dopest, bro. Absolute respect. All right. So if we're talking about passport, I'm talking about a trip that I took to find myself. And let's start off with default instructions. How to be a human being. For disassembly, for deconstruction, for reformation. How to be colored. Watch the commercials. Open eyes wide. First, red lips to show voluptuous curves. Erase pale, pencil-thin lines, showing a toothy smile, watermelon wide wild. There's nothing to be happy about. Wear a sweatshirt and a hood in case your head gets cold. How to be Negro. Know your place across the tracks. Look down to see where you are. Beneath, being seen, not quite invisible. Don't speak unless spoken to like a child, seen, not heard. Wear a sweatshirt and a hood in case your head gets cold. How to be a nigger. Feel uncomfortable because no one wants to be you or let you be you. Leave dreams at the end of hope's rope. React to stereotype. Wear a hoodie in case your head gets cold. How to be black, a color. Be dark. Be dangerous because you read. Be the rhyme that says what you mean. Speak your mind for free. Listen to what needs saying. Watch the speaker. Be air. Uniforms want to choke from your lungs. Breathe life back from the dead. Wear a hoodie in case your head gets cold. How to be black, not a color. Be the light that fills the dark. Show up, an act of resistance. Be water, filling village reservoirs. Be the feeling people reach for when arms pull you close. Be fire in the flame of the phoenix wings, rising from ashes, forever rising. Wear a hoodie in case your head gets cold. How to be human. Compete with gravity. Magnetize love. Attract more love. Give love to yourself. Share love you're given. Hold space for others. Find balance in the betweens. Wear a hoodie in case your head gets cold. Next piece. I am fractal. Presumptuous to think one moment follows another. Life flows away from now, seems like forward. Time, how we measure chaos, call it order. We are dots, connecting ourselves to make sense. Peace.
Yo, that cat came with it. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Mathematics.
Oh, that was.
Hey, when you,
That was
that's
awesome.
one of the great things a true poet is able to do when they take a form poetry and take that form and make it not the center of what it is, but make that form almost disappear into the meaning. That was just so skillful, so beautiful, just heartbreaking. I mean, that was just a masterpiece.
Yeah, can't say it better than that, Michael. That's really good. And I really love that find the balance in between line. That was maybe a subtle line in all that greatness, but that was a really important one. Really love
Just stunning, Norm. Rumi stole his shit from you. I'm convinced.
I like be dangerous because
Remy
you
is a
read.
time traveler, so that, yeah.
Yes.
I like that line, be dangerous because you read.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
on.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
Couldn't be
that's
better than that.
that's just fire, sir. That's just holding it right there. Like, like, yo, that was amazing. That line, that was one of my favorite too. And then wear a hoodie if your head gets cold. Right? Just so many things in there, right? How to be this, how to be that, how to be colored, how to be black, the color, how to be black, not the color, right? To be water, filling village reservoirs. What? Come on, man. Be dangerous because you read. Goodness, that's, I think we're all gonna take that with us this evening, right? And how to be colored. Watch the commercial. God damn it. Ah, I love it, sir. What you do is incredible. And in Time Fractal, he said how we measure chaos and call it order. Telling you, he digs into the writing. And listen, this is how we all get better, right? I appreciate you, sir. Continue to do what you do. Appreciate you. Coming up next, listen. This incredible artist continues to set the stage ablaze. Every time she steps on it, she puts in the work, right? The only thing that was missing from the last time I saw her was for the crowd to say, "No, Mike," because she took the microphone from in front of it and sat it on and let the audience have it. Love when this artist come through. The one and only Dr. Z Page in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Great to see you. Please take it away.
Thank you. I am Dr. Z Page. Yes, Z is the name on my US passport. Speaking of on theme, and I am a doctor, medical doctor, and I will be moving to Philadelphia tomorrow to start a new job on Monday as a neurologist. So I may be leaving you all for a little bit. So this could be hopefully just a temporary goodbye as I figure out what my new schedule will be. But this has been such a meaningful experience. I've grown so much in the last year, not just as a poet, but in figuring out who I was and who I was not in life and community. And with all of you, spending it once a week has been one of the greatest experiences of my life. There's so much talent and experience here, and I learned so much from listening to you all. I never do this, but could I do two, one short? I just noticed there's a timer in the upper right. I never noticed that before. If that's something that's always been there. Okay. This is based on the prompt on Instagram that Elemen2al you challenged me to. So I have two that are, one's more sentimental and one's more typical for me, but here they go. You taught me to love, a bouquet of community I caught to carry past the threshold. The marriage of poetry with someone seeking the soul of emotional expression. You were the very first people to include me as one of us the first time I met you. You heard it. So many times I tried to say farewell to life. You revived me, infused me with the energy only poetry can provide me. I don't leave without difficulty. New York City has been my home for 15 years. On top of Mondays at Artist-RSVP Cafe, bowing to the Bowery every time I enter the hallways marked by script reading, dismiss whatever insults your own soul. And my soul is poetry. So I've been writing these poems. And the second one, I've been writing these poems because invisible lines instruct me where to live, crisscrossing states by hatred, bought by the bloated corpse of capitalism, hair singed orange by broken promises, the petty pockets of executives, while we got holes in ours, bullets screaming stop at their ears. Quit your jobs, stealing wages to wage wars on equal rights. Sad day when senators become domestic terrorists, suckers suckling golden showers, spraying out of Trump towers. They sucker punch bloodshed out of depressed queer kids dying like soldiers, saints knifing themselves, bayonets of mistakes worse than the bay of pigs by these bully politicians. In 50 years, we'll realize their blunders and update the textbooks as apologies to those who lost their lives. So while they've been writing their future shame, I've been writing these poems because an apology is no longer good enough. Sorry'll never clean up war zone corpses, workhorses saddled with junk laws, larger than the junk on Daniel Radcliffe in Broadway's play on war horses. Like horsehead bosses in the NES Zelda 2. This is some level 1 shit. Fix your bias and represent yourself by your espoused values rather than voting for representatives who preach family morals while tearing families apart, fracturing the heart of the homeland into nearly another civil war. Until all we can do is wait to cry spray paint to make a future mural. But there's a solution. Blue suits and red neckties should zip tie their lies, suffocating deception in Ziploc bags, their Bibles no longer opened at school lunchtime. Redline the stains they paint on the Constitution, red ink running dry with politics, a state of closed-mindedness, acting like I should never mind that no one cares when a CEO dies, like it's a sign of these absurd times when we're denying that somehow bullets of social media become a better judge than our juries. They ought to be the ones to run for cover like a Proud Boy begging for a pardon. Instead, I have to Google if I'm going to die after landing someplace I fly to. Wonder if I'm going to be hate crime while the police don't give a dime. I shouldn't have to hide my hand holding my girlfriend's when my business exists outside the bedroom. We see what's happening to our health. The executive branch executive ordering more McDonald's and communities dying of diabetes. Donald Trump quacking quackery, yelling over Fauci like Donald Duck choking on COVID, trying to win a saltine challenge by swallowing human lives without a drink of water. Fill up your tummy stress eating while the rest of us are stressed out, not allowed to eat at the adults' table you stack like flapjacks with dictators. You'll need some Tums to digest our chest burning, watching TVs turning into our nightmares like a government-sponsored Freddy Krueger. Don't turn our dollars into rubles, because I'll crush meta into metaphors. My pen can set Tesla to the junkyard, a feather to gut and fillet Chick-fil-A, and slap Facebook across the face with similes. Amazon's Prime in my mind, because there's something creative writing can always buy. The freedom to dream, for others to read, to bring unity, to breathe life into our poems. These poems I've been writing.
That's what I'm talking about. The breath right there, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, mute yourself. Give it up for Dr. Z. Hey!
I mean, just one thing after another.
Awesome.
Another. So much truth.
Yes.
So much powerful truth.
Yes, so much truth.
Outstanding.
The crazy part is, my favorite piece from yours up until now is when I saw you slam, and I watched you on a virtual slam take a microphone, like back up and slam with a mic on virtual, right? But this time around, this is my new stuff, man. Like, I know your stomach was cramping as you spit. Like, I know what those type of poems does to the body as you're trying to get it out. Like, that's fucking impressive, Dr. Z. That's impressive.
Two thoughts, Doc. First of all, you said you grew so much by being here. Well, let us tell you, you grew us by you being here. And and people are going to know you were in New York by the scorch mark you left on it with your poetry.
We're gonna miss you in New York City, but every time you can come here online or visit New York City, we will cherish those times in the future. So I echo everything that Paul just said. Thank you, Dr. C.
And I know you're going to stand up to all of the challenges that may continue to rain on you, but the time you've given us, remember how much what you've done for us, and that will always be with you, and nothing is stronger than that. So take the love we give you and the love you gave us, and just keep blazing the trail of what it means to be.
Yeah, and if as your schedule, whatever, there are lots of other venues that, you know, a lot of us are at. We'd love to see you and any and all of them, you know. It's always a pleasure to spare space with you.
We have learned so much from you sharing your journey.
It's important, as I say, from you to hear from your colleagues, right? You don't just have to take my word for it about how much you've helped us grow, right? How much we've learned from you, right? But this is what the community is about, right? We learn from each other. We grow each other, right? This is the iron sharpening the iron. Every single week we stay at it, and this is what we do, right? And we've all benefited from it, right? But you came through and you did exactly what you were supposed to do. And now the work there is done. And now it's time to move forward. That's cool, right? That's absolutely cool. Continue to grow and continue to do what you do. But, you know, you'll always be a member of the greatest community in the world. So take that with you. She said, bought by the bloated corpse of capitalism. Come on, man. Like, yo, you're writing these poems, right? An apology is no longer good enough. This is some level 1 shit, right? Spit that Zelda shit. This is some level 1 shit, right? Now bullets and social media can judge you? Like, what happened to the... Man, listen, y'all had a chance to see Dr. Z Page on stage. She brings the work same. Appreciate you, Dr. Z Page. Much luck and joy in your new space. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, this incredible gentleman, whether he has an instrument or not, has always he just makes himself that dude. Like, listen, I'm sure this dude was, man, but this cat's incredible. And listen, he's asking everybody to be unmute, right? So he's getting ready to do his thing. So please keep in mind, right? I will open it up for the folks. Please be respectful of the room and the artist. All right? Please, Catman Bill, take it away.
Hello? Hello? I don't know why you're calling me tonight. You know, I'm in the 21st century. You're in the early 20th century. I'm busy right now. All right? So, goodbye. Oh, hi. Just in case you don't have anything to do on some evening, you can always check me out. Go to my, what is it called? It's called Substack blog. There's no paywall. Well, there is a paywall, but it's free also. And you would really make me feel important if suddenly 20 people showed up. Anyway, so I'm going to just do a few odds and ends. You know. And by the way, I did want to ask if I could buy 45 seconds from Poetastic because he only used 22 minutes and 15 seconds. I counted. Okay, so dirty talk. You know, when guests come over for dinner, and I know I've said this before, but it's inevitable that they will use the bathroom after dinner or during dinner. So they go up to the bathroom, they do their business, and presumably wash their hands. I have a towel rack right near my sink, but do you think they would use it? No. Instead, they want to save resources, save the earth, so they walk over to my bath towel and they dry their hands on it. I know that because I have put surreptitiously a couple of little dots on the last paper towel just to see whether they would use it, and they don't. But they don't realize where that bath towel has been. It's been wiping my ugly body for, well, sometimes a couple of weeks. And there are some parts to my body that I'd love to rub more vigorously because it feels so good. And they're wiping their hands on it. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get human behavior at all. But speaking of saving the earth, I conduct the smell test in my house. I smell my used underwear, and if they don't smell like shit, I put them on again. You know, everyone wants something from you. They smile, right? Don't trust anyone who smiles at you or laughs. I don't think I'm going to have a problem here this evening. Here, I have hair growing all over my body, except where it should grow. Look, I even saved my hair balls. Why? I don't know. Just to remind myself that, my Sicilian side mixed with my Jewish Lithuanian side turned me into a gorilla. And it grows everywhere, and I'm shaving it periodically. But guess where it doesn't grow? Go figure. Okay, so I'm doing so well here. I went to Catholic grade school because of my mother's Sicilian side. The Sisters of Mercy were a very brutal bunch, and they thought I was the biblical prophecy of Jewish conversion. Later, they found out that I was the original missionary from hell, and by 7th grade, they expelled me. This meeting has been transcribed. Okay, yeah. And at various times, they put donkey horns on my head for talking in class. They put tape on my mouth. And Mrs. Hennigan in 4th grade asked me to come up to her desk, and she rolled back her chair and told me to get under her desk. And there I was, sitting in the dark, looking up at her fat thighs, opening and closing. I said, I'm in Catholic school. I've just been punished and sent to heaven. I hadn't been this close to vagina since mommyhood. And anyway, so, I thought, what if I reached up and touched it? What could she do? Could she scream and say, Billy Katz just touched my pussy? Or could she pretend I didn't, which would make me only want to touch it some more? Or I didn't think of the other option, which would be to call up Father Emmerling. That was his name, Father Emmerling, the one that expelled me, and say, Mrs. Hennigan, Miss Hennigan to Father Emmerling, why did Billy Katz just touch my pussy? What should I do? And Father Emmerling would say, well, Mrs. Hennigan, how did he get to do that? And I said, well, she said, because I put him under my desk for talking in class. And he pauses and says, well, Mrs. Hennigan, you march little Billy Katz right down to my office now so I can put him under my desk. That's all. I've overstayed my welcome. Thank you.
Yo, that cat's got some good shit, man. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Cat. Man, Bill.
Anyone goes to visit Catman Bill at his house, please make sure the dots disappear so he has proof that we're using the tabletop.
No doubt.
Yeah, I'm going to bring my own towel, too.
That's what I'm talking about, sir. He said, don't trust anybody that smiles at you or laughs at you. And he's looking at the boxes like, oh, my goodness. Listen, I appreciate what you do, sir. Right? The original missionary from hell. Listen. Woo, them folks, man. Listen, always thankful and grateful that you come through, man. Appreciate all that you do. And the phone, listen, that's just bananas. The rotary, that's just bananas, man. Look at that. That's a classic if I ever seen one. Appreciate that, truly. Coming up next, we have not seen this gentleman in quite a while. But, when you're the poet laureate of Kern County, you tend to move around a little bit. Tell you, this cat, cool as the other side of the pillow, the one and only Dark Man Blues, Complicated Passions is in the building, y'all. Listen, I had a great conversation with this cat earlier. This cat's on point as always. Tonight's going to be no different. Always great to see you, brother. Come on, take it away.
Thank you. I'm going to get right into it because I definitely want to hear the poet that's coming on after me, and I have to do another show in 10 minutes, so I'm going to try to get off here real fast so I can hear the next gentleman up. So check it out. Today, we embark on a new beginning. Yesterday's brings tomorrow, leaving a past I should never forget, lost in someone's history, the whole of me, written out or just erased, like pages ripped from a beautiful story, never to be told, only now to be passed through the voices of my ancestors. This will be how the truth lives in me, the truth of an American legacy. Speaking a language not of my own, my native tongue lost forever, the sounds of my past I have never heard would have been echoes to remember. In this foreign land, it was forbidden. I can only speak in the voices of my ancestors' oppressors, a language against my will, not allowed to read or write. My humanity was now in captivity. It felt like 1,000 years. My will be damned, my soul not broken, for I have conquered it. Read its past to understand it holds the key to my future. Knowing my history won't be in any books, only bring shame to his story. We are 6 generations away, waiting for mankind to be at one. I am only human, sharing this truth from the voices that have no names. I may never know them. Maybe one day someone will speak to this pain. Taking my next breath, thinking, has my life become a number, or has it always been placed in a system I was never meant to be? The name slave, does it hold future intentions? Can you tell me where are the flowers? I don't know the true numbers. So many ships filled with black gold, many destinations. This is now my home. I am not free. Who gave them permission to play God? Was it their religion? Was it something that gave them rights in a book they didn't write to rule over my life? What more can you tell me? What more do you want from me? History tells me I've been here before, living a story of my ancestors, moving forward only to be pushed back, facing similar nightmares as it were meant to be my everyday. This journey has become a battle in my mind, played out in a movie I always die in. In today's lesson, not taught in schools, we will learn how they made an existence counterfeit by not speaking the truth about it, wanting to change the reality of how the world truly sees you. History will not die in a lie. Even if you try to erase it, banning books in classrooms will not make us forget the journey of our ancestors. From freedom to slavery, in freedom towns now burned downs, the struggle in Jim Crow, school to prison pipelines written into civil rights. All this speaks to genocide, how when you speak out, they take you out. I am Darkman Blues. Thank you.
Was not expecting that. Goodness. Oh, unmute yourself. Give it up for Samuel Ray.
It's so great to have you back. Please
Great job.
be
Oh,
so
thank you.
between times.
Oh,
That was fantastic.
you speak out, they take you out.
No, first of all, like I said, man, clearly, as a poet laureate, you got things going on, moving and shaking, man. But then you still come through, right, and keep your pen as sharp as that, right? Like, and you listen, man. I've seen this cat on stage. He rocks. All right. Let me tell you, he doesn't miss steps, man. Right. Sounds of my past I never heard. Right. A language against my will. Like voices who have no names. The name slave. Does it have future intentions? A battle in my mind played out in a movie I always die in. Come on, man. Come on, man. Listen. This cat right here, I kind of consider Dr. Love because he puts in that love work, man. But that's some heavyweight work. Appreciate you. Make sure you plug in with Complicated Passions. Appreciate you, man. All right, we got 3 more artists and we'll go to halftime. Coming up next, this incredible artist, as I like to say, right, came to do lots of things, but did not come here to tap dance. But I tell you what he does do. He always comes through with something to feed your mind. The one and only Baba Ngoma is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, God. Please take it away.
What's up, y'all? You can find me here on Thursday night. So the theme was supposed to be like travel or whatnot. So got 2 pieces. The first piece is called I might have done these before. I don't know. I can't remember because I do so many of them on here. Real war stories. I spent the years of 68 and 69 backpacking through sunny Southeast Asia, smoking the best Cambodian red and sleeping with the stars as my canopy. Loaded for bear, I could kill anything walking. I sipped strawberry wine from Docto, packed in red mail bags from Pleiku, humped from chopper pads where helicopter blades fanned the stench of burning shit and diesel oil in the air. I slept on mountainsides so steep you had to dig a shelf in Mother Earth to keep from rolling down the hillside, drank crystal meth and listened to the stars all night. Mountain yard drums kept me company between mortar fire. Mother Earth became my lover as we hugged her for safety, submitting to her rhythm as tracer rounds filled up the darkness. It's strange the power you feel when everyone is armed. Sad to think it's necessary. Take a ride with me on a chopper, feet dangling out the doors, sweeping above the trees, flying like a bird. Makes you think you're God till the VC shoots you down with an AK-47. Fill your pipe with morning dew with a pinch of opium. Makes breakfast taste better. Meatballs and beans cooked over C4, stolen from a Claymore mine. Crackers, canned peaches, and peanut butter to start the day. A cold beer buried in the ground overnight. A cool cigarette sent from home. Breakfast of champions. It's 100 degrees in the shade of banana trees. The grass in Ankei is manicured by water buffalo, leaving clops of shit to maneuver around. The pimps bring women, weed, whiskey, bangles, and anything you can imagine on the backs of their mopeds. Ancient versus future, ice cold Coca-Cola, $1. So yeah. So y'all know where that was. This is my first trip to Nigeria. It's called Return to the Source. Eshu opened the way. Ogun cleared the path. The Egungun sent me back to the source, back to the root instead of the branch. 27 Babalawos in Ibadan, Iyanifa to bring balance. Oshun's river through Oshogbo, the holy city of Ile-Ife, Yoruba land, 10-roof city, overflowing with oil and poverty, rich in spirit and mystery, women balancing lives on their heads, endless speeding motorbikes, overcrowded trucks and minivans, highways flooded with peddlers who bring anything you can ask for to the window of your car, corrupt government officials, crooked cops with AK-47s hustling nada, the hypnotic sway of loppers, the alarm clock of roosters, the beauty of ebony African people defying cosmopolitans' false standards, initial tribal scars, asking whose civilization and what would Webster know anyway, as the veil was lifted to the initiated, secrets written in binary codes, supreme mathematics in Opuele and cowrie shells, ancient rhythms passed from hand to heartbeat, destiny revealed in DNA, each day bringing lessons to be learned in this school of life.
I'm telling you, I'm just making sure I'm on point with the supreme mathematics. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Baba Ngoma.
Oh, Baba.
And I want y'all to know he really captured Nigeria in that poem. Really captured it.
That was incredible.
Oh, that's quite the endorsement there. Not that we would expect any less of him, but yeah.
Felt like I was there.
You know, how you do what you do. It really is. It does embody the supreme mathematics, right? The knowledge, wisdom, understanding, right? The culture and the power, right? All of it. The details, right? The priestess said, you know what I mean? He really captured, I was thinking that same thing about the war stories, how you captured the details, right? We drank crystal meth. What? Mother Earth became my lover. God here, man. What? He said it makes breakfast taste better. Come on, man. Cats come through with the women, the weed, and the whiskey. Before there was a www dot. Pimp had it on the back of a moped. You feel me? Like doing it, man. Goodness. Appreciate you, God, for all that you do. Truly. All right. Two more. Listen, we gonna see. I know this incredible artist has come through again, all the way from Staten Island. Cat comes through. His cat's got work, and I believe that he just released a book. Please don't forget to mention it. The one and only Jacob Moses is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
No problem. Thank you, Elemental. You can find me on Instagram at Jacob Ruben Moses, JACOBREUBEN, like the sandwich, MOSES. I did write a book with the next poet on deck, Douglas Cala, called Tuesday Night Beats. You can feel free to pick it up on Lulu, LULU. Just type in Tuesday Night Beats and you will find it. Doug and I will also be having a release party on Zoom. That'll be this Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. It's set up in the UKizzle, so it'll be 7 p.m. their time. Alrighty. So, let's see. I was thinking about International Holocaust Remembrance Day when I wrote this, and the freeing of Auschwitz. My great-grandfather was in Auschwitz and unfortunately did not survive. Same thing with my great-grandmother and assorted other people in my family. This poem is called Pogrom. A pogrom is defined as an organized massacre of a particular ethnic group, in particular that of Jewish people in Russia or Eastern Europe in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Here's the poem. Didn't want to write a poem about this. Would have rather forgotten the rage I felt due to microaggressions on 3 different fronts. Hoped I could hide the queer. Hoped I could disguise the Jewish. Hoped I could extinguish the bipolar. But Auschwitz was only liberated 80 fucking years ago, and I have not forgotten and will never let my consciousness be tucked inside the trunk of a Mercedes-Benz. Even now, I am struggling to find words for my disgust, words for my mistrust of a national system that only sees me as a token unworthy of actual currency. Damned if I will continue to be a scapegoat sacrificed to an avaricious and pathetic excuse of a manufactured God. I yearn for blessings, long for affirmations that my life has even a minutia of a damn. I no longer have the wherewithal to write stanzas of rebellion, for my biggest priority is trying not to die, trying not to suppress myself while seemingly heteronormative in my exterior, and the inner dialogues occasionally voiced while in private chambers within a shadowboxing arena. Openly opposing orations of oracles, fulfilling a ministry, promoting a nationalistic agenda, knowing I live in a borough that openly protested my right to march in a parade, knowing that the same borough had swastikas spray painted on faces of Jewish politicians, knowing that my reaction to potentially losing protection from discrimination could be a reason to change my fucking diagnosis from bipolar to bye, Felicia. Didn't want to write a poem about this, but every generation needs prophets. I mean, and within every prophet, there is a poet. Poem.
Oh, yo, that cat said within every prophet is a poet. Come on, unmute yourself. Give it up for Jacob Moses.
Powerful, man.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Speaks to
Yeah,
me.
wonderful
much.
commemoration. Thanks for that.
Yeah, I also lost ancestors in the camps, and that just means so much the way you were able to do that.
Yeah, it's kind of like losing a home you were never given a chance to have, you know. My ancestors were chased out of there before all that happened, and I to this day I feel cut off from there.
I hear you. Thank you for that.
You know,
thank you for sharing.
It's important to do exactly what you said in that first line. But that's the work. And the folks who've been around for a minute know, I know that's the work. You said, I didn't want to write a poem about this. That's the work right there. Right? But you still hold on to the hope that I could distinguish bipolar, right? Find words for my disgust, right? From bipolar to bi Felicia. Like, come on, man. That's the work right there, folks. We have fun doing all these prompts and whatnot, right? Writing the themes. But that's the work right there. And I appreciate the love that you showed to your family, right? Hey, they made an incredible sacrifice. But guess what? You are here now to speak for them. Continue to do just that. Truly appreciate you, man. All right. Coming up next. Listen. He just mentioned, right? This is like, they like partners in crime, man, or maybe partners in rhyme. Like, we haven't heard the book yet, but we gonna find out though, right? This next incredible artist, listen, he comes through with a style all his own, man. When you hear these two cats together, they cook, man. But listen, this cat rocks, and you're about to find out why. The one and only Douglas Kayla is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, sir. Make sure you plug your book, please. Take it away.
All right, I'm gonna plug the book again. It's called Tuesday Night Beats. It's available on lulu.com. Just type into the search bar Tuesday Night Beats and it'll come right up. As Jacob said before, we have a book release, online book release on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern, hosted by Finn Hall, Like a Blot from the Blue. So we'll post that in the chat as well. I'm gonna get right into this. I'm gonna riff on the I'm writing these poems prompt that's been going around the internet these days, inspired by J Rose first. I saw what J Rose did and I was like, I gotta do this. So I'm gonna rock this one right now. All right, here it goes. Okay, here it goes. Here's the poem. I've been writing these poems. As they exit these pursed, poised lips, I don't give in to stoicism. I don't erect a facade to make an enduring facsimile of my identity. Despite my inner torment and rebellion against an oozing status quo, I sashay my linguistic vernacular to this unruly self-doubt that grips this nation. For I heed this clarion call to pick up arms, utilizing wordplay as both weaponry and divine sorcery, conjured by a mage who's at the cusp of his prime. In all my power and might, I flex like bow, contort messages that bombastically explode like kamikaze warships, for I sink enemy U-boats with a stealthy precision never before seen by mere muskets. You are shooting skeet for sport, while I am planning the next assassination of immorality that presently has its deathly hand choking the life out of this country. It gags without a reflex, for I subvert cacophony by crafting antithetical symphony, a million-person orchestral ensemble at my waking command, with the power to crack the hardened construction of Trump's proposed dome. Don't wait by the phone, for this dial tone means the punishing collision of my lyricism has enveloped its intended target. I don't require fisticuffs to prove a point. I can de-escalate tensions by caressing hellfire before it reaches eternal damnation. Sanctions are in the process of being signed executively, but there's no signature that can bind the willfully ignorant to this free-spirited, ever-hungry iconoclast. This is no time to fast. No metric rhyme or rampant reason to disembowel democracy. Its innards may leak onto the cobblestone pathways that used to be well trodden by horse and buggy. We need a return to those simpler, more honest times before the groundswell of gadgetry caused dysmorphia to our brains. Humanity is unmeant to be constantly plugged in, yet garishly tuned out from human experience, a technological death knell finally crafted by the billionaire class. Fuck malignancy and mental illness. This is the real invisible enemy our bodies and minds must worry about. Let us now be the antigen to these pathogens, performing, publishing, and writing to combat delirious, dizzying diseases. Poem.
Come on with the alliteration work. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Douglas. Caleb.
Excellent. Listening to both of y'all, we know that it's going to be a great event on Sunday. Looking forward to it.
Ooh. Yeah, that's wonderful.
Your use of literary devices is pretty slick, sir. It's pretty slick. And then how you threw in cobblestone pathways. Like, if that's not an image in your brain, right? I listen, I love when artists add texture to their poems, right? And that's exactly what you did. And listen, for folks, listen, I've been thinking about something because I spent some time. Shout out Dr. Faison, right? And he does this incredible thing of everybody writes on this poem, everybody plugs into this, and I really want to try that, folks. I really do. So I'll shout out to my producer. Maybe we can try to get it set up before the evening. Listen, make sure you plug in. Shout out Finn Hall, right? Shout out Like a Blot from the Blue. Listen, their book is going to be incredible, right? So, plug in if you can. You're incredible, sir. And both of you as a team is only going to be even more. So appreciate you. Congratulations to both of you. It's going to be great. Listen, before we move on, I'm going to pass it to the dopest tech in the Zoomverse, the one and only Ron Mark Thompson, a.k.a. RMT. You're not down with RMT by now, damn it. You should be. All the way up in the BX. What's good, Ron? How you feeling this evening?
I'm feeling okay as always. What a great, powerful night. Thank you so much for hosting here. Thank you everyone for being here. I see that we have many students here from university. Thank you. Welcome or welcome back if you've been with us before. We appreciate all of you. And for those who have not yet informed Elemen2al or me that you would like to be on the good luck round, just let us know in the chat and we will add you to the end of the guaranteed list. We appreciate all of you. So yes, I am Ron Mark Thompson. I am the tech assistant here in the background, and I also work with the program and operations team at the Nuyorican Poets Cafe, which at the moment is closed in Manhattan on the Lower East Side because we are reconstructing our building, modernizing it, getting an elevator installed, upgrading the performance areas, adding a workspace, spaces. So once we reopen, New York City tells us they should have everything ready and done by next year, 2026. We certainly look forward to that. But in the meantime, we are continuing all our exciting programs here, including online, where you are right now. Online open mic every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern time via Zoom. If you want to participate and perform, or if you want to give us a good vibes in the Zoom chat or in the YouTube live stream, you can currently watch it live or you can watch the recording afterwards. It's on our YouTube channel, or if you subscribe to our Facebook page or Twitter, X feed, and Instagram, you can see the links there as well. In just in case you're new and you were wondering how do you get on the 20 performance list, on our calendar, nuyorican.org/calendar, you will see the online open mic there on every Thursday. 24 hours prior to that, on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time, the Artist-RSVP ticket opens up. If you're here just to support and watch, you don't have to sign up, or you can get yourself a viewing RSVP ticket, and that way you get included in the email that Elemen2al sends out every Thursday afternoon. That's on the online. Online, we also have a a slam workshop going on, also other online, workshops. So again, check us out. But if you are in New York City, can you believe it's already the end of January? Tomorrow is the final Friday of the month, the 31st, which also happens to be the final Friday Slam. We are back tomorrow, final Friday Slam at the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater in Midtown Manhattan. Tony McPherson is hosting. Luna Rosa is spinning the music at the DJ table. And it will be, Monday winners from the Nuyorican Bowery Slam will be competing. We have Sorbet, Sacrificial Poets, everything that you ever wanted is there. And it's been a while since we had a feature at the Final Friday Slam. We are reintroducing a featured performer tomorrow, who is none other than Flaco Navaja. He actually is a musician, actor, and poet, and he was a Grand Slam finalist back in the 90s twice. So come on out to the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater tomorrow in Manhattan. If you happen to be in town, you can get tickets online, nuyorican.org/FFS, which stands for Final Friday Slam, or you can just go to the box office at the theater to get your ticket there. That's in person. And in case you wanted to see how everyone makes it to the Final Friday Slam in terms of performances, Dr. C was one of them who did win a Monday Slam last year and made it all the way to the Final Friday Slam. Come on Mondays, Nuyorican Bowery Slam at the Bowery Poetry Club. Every Monday, 6:30 p.m. Doors open, 7 p.m. The show starts. This coming Monday, J Rose is the host, and then the following Monday, it's Luna Rosa. Yes, she is both the DJ on Fridays and she alternates on Mondays on the hosting side. Next week is going to be busy because it's the first Wednesday of the month. Our Women Orator Wednesday open mic returns at the Lois Cider Center, 9th Street, not too far from where the Nuyorican Poets Cafe is located. And we will be introducing our new host there, Somebody's Mama. In case that name sounds familiar to you, she is our 2024 Grand Slam champion of last year, and she is starting in February. She will be our new Women Orator Wednesday host. That's the first Wednesday of the month next week, and then on the second and fourth Wednesday of the month, next month will be February 12th and 26th. It's Saul Preems hosting the Nuyorican open mic at the Lois Cider Center, and on the 12th, February 12th, the second Wednesday next month, in addition to the open mic, we will also be showcasing a special head-to-head match between Solar Kush and John Burke to determine who of the two of them will be joining as the fourth member of this year's Slam team, the Nuyorican Slam team 2025. We will ask audience members in the open mic to be our judges for that head-to-head match. So if you've never been to a poetry slam, you've only been to open mics, but you would like to see how a poetry slam is, but you were a little bit shy to come on a Monday or Friday, then maybe that's your chance. Come on Wednesday, February 12th at the Lois Cider Center in person. We will also live stream that online. So there are so many more programs that I didn't mention. We have Elemen2al mentioned our meditation and poetry writing workshop. We have slam workshop, teenage open mic every other month, International Center for Photography open mics. All of the other programs and events, you can find them online at nuyorican.org/calendar, or you can just scan the QR code if you're on a computer and you have your phone with you. We do need volunteers because we are getting more and more busy. Even though we are not in our building, it actually makes it harder for us, to be at other venues. So we are doing our best, but we can always appreciate extra help. So if you can volunteer your time, just go to nuyorican.org/volunteer or scan the QR code here. My colleague Paul is our coordinator for all the volunteers. We will train you. We will have you with us at our events, and you get, to be, you get to work with us at the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. I myself was a volunteer for over a year before I joined the programs team. Elemen2al volunteered and guest hosted a few times on the online open mic before he became the permanent host. So you never know. But if you cannot donate your time, we are also always appreciative of financial donations. And since we are a non-profit organization, every dollar that you donate, no matter how small or large, is tax deductible. All you have to do is go to nuyorican.org/contribute, and you can contribute there. So I thank everyone again for your participation, for your attendance here. But you have heard enough of me. Let us go to our next performer. It's also been a few weeks since we last seen and heard him. I know he's busy moving to different places, but we are always appreciative of him being here. Cece, if you are at your computer or phone and you can see that I'm trying to ask you to unmute. Hope everything is okay. Yep, you're okay. And then we'll just go to ask unmute. And here we are. Cece, welcome back. You know how it goes. Let everyone know where we may find you, what's going on with you, and then the next 3 minutes are all yours. Welcome back.
Well, give me a heartbeat here. Hold on a second.
I love the background, by the way.
Okay. So, let's see what I'm going to do here. My piano's in storage. I'm helping out a friend who's away, and his mom's 92, so I'm companion sitting. I'm living in a friend's basement for a while. I'm looking for a new home. I started school or a course to get my music into film and television, and I relaunched my business, and I brought a partner in, and it's all happening. And I'm sitting here with my old classical guitar that was gifted to me by a dear friend, Fran. This is an old song that I actually don't have the lyrics for because it's all wrapped up. So I did what I remembered, added a few lines, and I haven't played this in a long time. So I'm going to take a sip of water and I'm going to give this a go. It's called All That Happens. And it came to mind because of that line in the poem. Well, I've been typing since I heard it when he said something about in between. This is called All That Happened. Yesterday morning, everything was fine. 24 later, it's an old rhyme. But I can't tell you, oh no, I can't tell you all that happened in between. You can blame your father for the way he beat you, and you can blame your mother for the way she weaned you, and you can blame your sister for the way she teased you, and you can blame your brother for the names he called you, but I can't tell you, oh no, I can't tell you all that happened in between. Yesterday morning, everything was fine. 24 later, it's an old rhyme. Oh, I can't tell you, oh no, I can't tell you all that happened in between. You could say it's over the first love that crushed you, or that all the hate gave to you was all hate you gave back. You can say it's all life's fault, but God broke open your face expectations, but I can't tell you, oh no, I can't tell you all that happened in between. Yesterday morning, everything was fine. 24 later, it's an old. Oh, I can't tell you, no, I can't tell you all that happened in between. Yet it's not the past, safety, your pain's familiar, or your future fight with fear inside your fears facing mirrors. No response, no thing still living, making you reactive. Oh, now it's still and still again. Each moment here, gone. You choose peace, but I can't tell you. Oh no, I can't tell you. All that happened in between. It's probably from the 90s.
I didn't know that you had a blues man rested in your throat like that, sir. Unmute yourself. Give it up for C.C. Arshagra.
CC, that was wonderful, man.
DC, I'm just so happy to see you. Like, you're here, you're alive, you've landed somewhere, and I'm just super happy to see you.
Gravity's overrated. Fuck that shit.
That wasn't as baroque maybe as your piano work, but it was definitely in the same vein, you know. It's definitely the same fountain of inspiration.
Yeah, this course thing I'm with, it's filled with people that have like 5 albums and shit, and it's sync licensing is and music supervisors and the entire world of film and television is not what it used to be. So it's quite the program. I spent the year getting ready for it, but I ended up starting a company in July to help out Kathleen, and then she died, and then home, and then I was just going to pass up for another year, and it was Friday at 11 o'clock, and I had till 12 to sign up, and I just said, fuck it, I'm not waiting another year, and I jumped in, and so
all right,
see what happens.
Yeah.
Good job, CC.
Thank you.
You know,
great phone to cook to.
When you do exactly that, right? When you start spitting from your soul, when you start writing songs from your soul, they start reaching people in different ways, right? Because of the way that you put your songs together, people aren't listening with their ears anymore, CC, right? Because of the energy that you emit, people are listening with their whole being, right? Because that's what you're about. That's how you write your songs. So don't worry about those folks that got 5, 6, 7 albums, because guess what? Nobody really knows about them, right? Nobody really knows. So make sure you make the album that you want to make, not to keep up with any type of Joneses or Kennedys or anyone, right? Because your work is on point and it's valuable, right? The songs that you write are incredible, CC. Continue to do exactly that. Truly. Appreciate you, man. Really. Listen, of course, you know what? Haven't done this in a while, but I got to get him. Please unmute yourself. Give it up for Ron Mark Thompson.
Hey, Ron. Thank you.
Mission
Ron.
Control. Thank you for the electricity boost.
Yeah.
And that
Thank you, Ron.
Many
And
thanks.
Ron, that workshop you hosted not too long ago was flipping awesome, man. To see you as hosting a workshop too, that was pretty dope.
Yeah, that was fun.
Well, that was with the incredible Finn Bell from Fincabulary, which this is, that's why Elemental calls us the greatest community, because it's not just the Nuyorican Poets Cafe, but we all, have different organizations helping out. We go to different open mics, workshops. So Finn Bell, thank you for
publishers.
Yes, I appreciate you guys are all amazing, So Elemental, you're doing a good job here, like our community here, it's everybody's.
Hey, man. Listen, I'm only here as a person steering, right? I don't even necessarily want to call myself a captain of this ship, even though I kind of do what a captain does. I'm just steering, right? I make sure the lights are on, and that's what he does. So you know what I mean? Listen, man, I always want you to know how much I appreciate you, Ron, for doing what you do, for holding us down the way that you do, and all the things that you do as the tech guru of our show. I appreciate you, sir. Truly. All the way up in the BX. For real. Appreciate you, Ron. Yeah. Hey, I don't see the most eloquent writer in the world, so we will keep it pushing with, listen, the storytellers are in the building. And here comes another one. This incredible artist has a way of telling stories. Oh, listen, I don't know if it's the spices that come along with it, but it's delightful. You're gonna find out. The one and only Mark Hensey is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you. Please take it away.
You can find me here on Thursday nights. I, pulse, breath, heartbeat, am governed by moral code and celestial principle, a citizen of the world, left to my own accord, asylum seeker turned prisoner, a glimpse of hope, a child born on American soil, to parents on visas or undocumented statuses. My home, slaughterhouse, war zone. I, number nor figure, unaccounted for, untracked and or verified by the government or spies for databases and safekeeping purposes. The 14th Amendment shall not be bent, thus shall remain, or changed in accordance to necessary provisions. Thus, parents need more protection, the right to raise and care for their children. Opportunity no longer stands, its legs frail, broken, balancing donkey, elephant. This country built upon the backs of immigrants, slaves, indentured servants, refused to serve them. Migrants handpick fruit, vegetable, legume, now left to rot on the vine. Inflation is due to rise. And uncertainty grow in their minds. We'll just have to wait to see what becomes of this. Thank you.
And we'll be waiting when you write the end of that, indeed. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Markencia.
That really captured the mood of what's going on right now. That was like an oracle.
Yes. And it's just
Mackenzie, I love when you read so much. It's like it's kind of like you come and bang this drum, but every time it says something totally different. But it's so deep and so heartfelt and so sincere. And I just really, really like that about like your measured, calm reading. I love it. Sorry about my dog.
Hey, he's excited too. Like, hey, let me make sure they heard I said it too. I said it, yup. No, it's something about that, right? It is something about the way that you deliver your work and then the heaviness of your work, right? It's like a giant trying to tiptoe. Like it's almost impossible, but you do it. You do it extremely well, right? Um, you said asylum seeker turned criminal. 14th Amendment shall not be bent. Like, come on. Or changed in accordance with necessary provisions. Like, folks, if you don't know about the Reconstruction Amendments, do yourself a favor. Appreciate you, Markencia, for bringing your incredible stories to the evening. Always appreciate to see you and appreciate your work and to see you. Coming up next, the priestess is here. It's always a blessing when the priestess comes through for her knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, culture, and power as well. The one and only Oshun Yoyen is here. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you. Please take it away.
Well, you can find me in a desert in New Mexico trying to wave down the aliens, asking them what the heck they're waiting on to intervene in this madness. Other than that, I can be found here on Thursday nights or on Facebook or Instagram. Give me a second here. I kind of follow the theme. I got two pieces, so let me get started. Okay. The road calls. The journey is singing, calling me. The idea of new food, different soups, pure meals, unknown robust spices all make me hungry for new cuisines. I look forward to meeting new priestesses, priests, shamans, and herbalists. I expect to discover the deities of this place that is new to me and the ancestors that speak to the souls that live in and on this land. As usual, I know I will always be reminded by these kindred beings to follow my destiny. Camera in hand, my vision enhanced by my heart's level of unknown destination, captures tangerine and lemon sunrises, vermeil and bronze sunsets, ancient light sketch edifices, all painting dreams for my soul to remember, get etched on film or imprisoned in pixels. My feet are itching. The road calls. The journey opens the way. I am soon gone, and I will return when the road lets me. Okay. And this is an old piece, but I'm reading it anyway. Okay. The universe is calling. I don't have time for bleached beliefs, watered down incantations, badly edited stolen scriptures from the ancient Egyptian Book of the Dead. I tune my ear to the wind, adjust my feet to the map in the dirt, the path in the sand, and embrace the level of life where roots kisses water. My eyes search the heavens for prophecies light years away. I look down and listen to the cowrie shells on the mat. Speak those predictions in the here and now. Messages hung in plain view on the web of the universe. My arms aren't inclusive of biblical meanderings, man-made condemnations masquerading as a patriarchal God's will, martyred sufferings that brainwash humble humanity into thinking suffering pain in body and spirit improves their chances to enter a better afterworld, better than this one. I don't have time for bleached beliefs that dissect character from actions, spirituality from practice, love from compassion. I don't have time for watered down incantations from the Harry Potter book of spells when the words are born of poetry, spirit, and the power of the beginning and the primal sound of breath. Give me the authentic invocations of the Sun Book, the magical incantations of Ifa, the spontaneous prayer of power conjured directly from the divine source. No, I don't have time for bleached beliefs, not when the universe is calling.
Bleached beliefs? God! Unmute yourself. Give it up for Oshun. Yo, yeah.
That's Oshun.
Nice.
I will return when the road lets me.
Go.
You know, Nuyorican Poets Cafe.
Understand. Just so you all understand, I used to work for an airline, and every possible time, the cheapest way possible, of course, I was off to some of the far side of the globe that, in quotes, normal people in their right minds wouldn't go to. That's where I went.
And by the way, those aliens from outer space you were hoping would rescue us, unfortunately, they already got deported. You know, that's
Oh,
right.
That's the poem. That is the poem.
Let's go, RMT. Off the hip with it. Listen.
Truth, unfortunately.
Coming in with the curveball.
No, that was on point. That was an all-time strike right there, Ron. That was on point, sir. That was on point. Listen. When the priestess comes through, this is she just blesses the space, right? My vision enchanted by my heart's unknown destinations. Come on. Imprisoned in pixels. I've never ever heard a picture described that way. Imprisoned in pixels? Layers upon layers. I will return when the road lets me. Right? I love how you mentioned the clumsiness of people who think they believe in something with barely edited stolen scriptures from the Book of the Dead. Right? Like you barely know. Matriarchal God's will, right? Those bleached beliefs, though, I may mess around and steal that. Seriously, I may mess around and steal that one. That one's amazing. Actually, borrow. I will, call for permission. I appreciate you, priestess, for all that you do and sharing it with us. Listen, let's keep it going. Coming up next, again, I said storytellers are in the building, and here comes another one. This incredible artist, also mentioned this evening, right, is going to be publishing some incredible artists, some powerful writers, and some of the greatest poets in our generation. The one and only Ike Waltz is in the building, who I like to call the Vincent Price of poetry. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
I have changed my mind and read something more important. Remember last Monday? It was the National Bubble Wrap Day. It was the National Chocolate Day. It was the Holocaust Remembrance Day. But who sees any sense in such a dedication for a day that equals the Holocaust with bubble wrap? Chocolate? This piece is hard to read. Und Zeit heilt nicht, and time does not heal. You may forgive, you may never forget. You may be forgiven, but you may never be forgotten. Let me be quite clear. You may forgive Germany, but history never forgets what a Germany had done. I was born blonde, blue-eyed, 1939. I was to become a soldier of a glorious army. I was to be sent to Sonthofen's factory of officers to be trained a loyal valet for a ruthless man. I found out about this 15 years later. I was born blonde, blue-eyed, 1939. All I saw were black boots marching by. Love, compassion, empathy, tenderness, such foreign words I never learned, I never felt any of these. I was blonde, blue-eyed, brainwashed, toddler man. I learned to remember the sound of glorious marches when black boots were marching by. Yes, I did. Let us remember the Horst Wessel song. Tra-rum, 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 rum, rum. Die Fahne hoch, die Reihen fest geschlossen, die Sturmabteilung marschiert mit ruhig, festem Schritt. Meaning, the flag flies high, our ranks are closed, stormtroopers marched with silent, solid steps. This was the ultimate Nazi all-German sing-along. I sang it too. I was brainwashed. Nazi toddler man. Passion gone wrong, derailed, misguided, we all became like this deadly song, replacing love with that ultimate loyalty to a new godless German god. And once it was all over, this Germany, defeated, had lost not only its identity, but its moral compass. And I had to do child labor at the begin of the upcoming Wirtschaftswunder, economic miracle. But history had set its marker forever. You may be forgiven, but never forgotten. Turning a defeated nation into innocent bystanders, all of them, blatantly defending, asking, what would you have done? And as for me, 85 years later, what time had stolen just does not heal. And then I was listening to the TV today. Like every morning, you see, I have my coffee in bed. And there she was, a blonde, blue-eyed, 21-year American sexy dame, posing in an Arizona town. I am queuing to vote for Trump, she said. But why Trump? She was asked. And Blondie responded with such an angelic smile. Well, Trump had asked me to vote for him. Her lovely legs whisked her innocent perfume dangerously away. Let me be quite clear. You may forgive America one day, but the world will never forget Trump's America. Our innocence now washed away in a blink of an eye. The ones you, the MAGA men, will turn into these innocent bystanders as of a short memory generation. I've seen it all before. You may forgive MAGA one day, but history never trusts America again, the land which was once so brave and free. 85 years later, and time does not heal. Guten Abend, gute Nacht, mit Rosen bedacht, mit Näglein besteckt, schlupf unter die Deck. Morgen früh, wenn Gott will, wirst du wieder geweckt. Morgen früh, wenn Gott will, wirst du wieder geweckt. Thank you.
Yo. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Ike. Whoa.
Beautiful, man.
Thank you. That poem was needed. That poem was needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so nice.
Canal, baby.
Always
Thanks,
a good
Ike.
reminder. Always a good reminder of what's going on. Ike. That's so important.
And there's not enough people who can speak with the kind of authority you have about this here.
Yeah. I was just thinking when he was reading, it's like the poet Werner Herzog, who I just I don't know, that kind of masterfulness and intelligence.
You know,
But you as poet.
Indeed, right? You know, when I hear Ike in that moment, follow me on this, folks. In that moment, I heard Mr. Rogers and just how comfortable and calm he could have told you the world will be exploding in 5 minutes, but we're right here enjoying each other in this poem. Because that's the only way that I could get past you singing these marching orders as an innocent bystander, singing marching orders in cadence. Shout out to the vets in the building. In cadence is what these innocent bystanders were singing, folks. Right? Black boots were marching by. Black boots were marching by. Replace love with loyalty. What time has stolen just does not heal. When he translated the cadence, that's what destroyed me. Stormtroopers marched with silent, powerful steps. And the children are singing this. That is some work. Like, I don't believe that 1939 line. I'm gonna have to fact check you on that, sir. 1939. Listen, incredible work as always, sir. Thank you for what you do. All right, coming up next, I like to call this cat the Marshall Mathers of poetry because he just comes with some of the rawest, some of the realest artwork that I've heard, man. And his style is just sick with it. You're about to find out. The one and only Zach Frater in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Zach. Always great to see you, man. Come on, Zach. Come on, Zach. Take it away, man. I'm waiting on my man. Trust me, he's you know, it's coming. Hey, if we need a minute, we can definitely swing back. We'll swing back to Zach, right? Because listen, we got to get that Zach work. We'll come back, Zach. All right. So as we're changing direction, as we do fluidly, as we do, we get to go from I believe Arizona all the way up to the state of Washington, right? To the incredible and listen, this is one of my favorite things, right? Because I see this cat has his instrument this evening. We're about to get our week put into balance by the one and only Joski C in the building. Man, let these folks know where they can find you, Joski. It is always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Hey, Elemental. It's good to see you.
Coming through like a rock star, Joski. Come on, man.
Okay. Been 10 days. I've been feeling overwhelmed and keeping my head above water. This is something I wrote a while back. It's called Child Walking North. I am a child walking north. I am a child walking north. I'm so tired, you just shut the door. I am a child needs to play. I am a child needs to play. Knock on your door, you say, go away. I am just a little child. Can't say where I've been. But I know what I've seen. and I know when it's mean. I am a child walking toward a wall. I am a child walking toward a wall. You're so scary, I'm so very small. I am just a little child. I can't say where I've been, but I know what I've seen, and I know when it's me. I am a child walking north, a child walking north, a child walking north, a child walking north.
I told y'all. I tried to tell y'all. This dude just does that. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Joski. See.
Beautiful, beautiful. All these beautiful voices while I'm cooking hamburger helper makes me feel like I should be cooking a steak. So elegant.
That was a really good composition of minimalism. I mean, that you play. It sounded simple, but it wasn't. It was really good melody, really good lyrics, and really good composition on that fingering there on that one.
Thank you.
Yeah, Joski, you just do this all the time. You know, there's nothing better than when a poet inhabits their poem or wears it like that, and you never take your poems off. And that was such a beautiful, you know, kind of I'm losing the word now. You know, giving voice. I mean, the way you give voice is just the generosity of how you give voice is just unequaled.
Yeah, and Joski, you mentioned the past 10 days, and with the flurry and hundreds and thousands of executive orders, it's impossible for one performer to write, something about it. But the administration didn't realize we have a whole community of activists and poets and performers here, so we're all banding together, right?
Exactly. This is the time. If ever it was, this is the time.
You know, one of the words that I think Paul was reaching for, and I use this word, and I don't even know if it is one, genuinity. I always like that word. And somebody told me it's not a word. I said, I don't care.
I caught genuinity back in '96. I had to take amoxicillin to clear it up, though. Yeah.
Yeah, you better take another dose, CP.
Damn it, Maze.
We're made up all the time. Go right ahead.
That one went.
Listen, between the amoxicillin and the hamburger helper, we on a mission this evening. I can see. Listen, y'all are incredible. Joski, even with something like that, even when you say lines like "I am a child needs to play," right? Like when you can really grasp that and just be that, like, man, that makes you dangerous, right? And then you have the nerve to pick up your instrument and do that with it, right? You got the microphone sounding all crispy, like, yo, that's really how it's done, sir. That's why I said, folks, we always get our week in balance when Joski C comes through and does what he does. Shout out Deneen and all the incredible things that you do and that she does. And I dig what Cece said. He said that was a composition of minimalism. Listen, Joski, you're just dope, sir. Appreciate you for doing what you do and continuing to share it with us. Hey, Zach, hit me up, man. If you are in the building, make sure you do hit me up. And we will make sure we come through. So, coming up next, listen. Shout out Mathematics also, man, for showing love about the set last night. Shout out Jane's spoken word or badass poetry. Shout out Albie on bass. Shout out Art Collins. Shout out Diane Ward. Shout out Nazila Johnson. It was an incredible night last night. And this incredible gentleman who's about to come up next with this incredible soundscape took us on a trip to 4,000 years ago to tell us about Gilgamesh. Okay? Now listen, if you want to know the real deal about it, right? Where slam came from, you got to go back. And this incredible Jedi Master made sure that we knew what the deal was last night. The one and only Paul Skiff is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. I told you, sir. Please take it away.
Well, thanks. I too wanted to remark on how bracing and motivating it was to experience the power of your grace last night, Elemental. And for anybody who isn't familiar with Jane's spoken words word jam, you should really check it out. I mean, every program she puts together is a master class. So that was fun as hell. I'm just gonna do this thing. It has an image with it, so give me a second to just put this image up on my. Instead of me, it's much more pleasurable to look at than me. Okay. I think that's working. So you can put on the speaker view or something if you want that on full. This poem kind of came from seeing these things and trying to keep on the theme. This poem has a title, Humanity Bridge. The woman who is a clay jar has hands from 1,000 years ago that reach through garment of eternity's time sleeve into your eyes to entice human wonder around miraculous ceramic symbol that hid among forgetfulness of generations, now awakened with your vision in what also was buried by other forms of distance. Jar mother wisdom hands pull aside centuries that clothe the place of all at once, living within your own hands, uncovers our forever ability to recognize the everywhere of heavens, whose form passes eternities, understood to be a path back to each other across all distances, interpreting today as though now is an almost lost language, preserving echoes of a river goblin's nocturnal shouts that one ancient pre-dawn, announced among marsh mists, drunk by rows of tobacco, clutches of mint, oregano leaf, and yerba santa, arrival of conquerors who would steal golden bells hung from branches of the burial tree, a theft to fracture the unity of listeners. Muted burial tree planted above resting place, so roots gripped earth into floor. Everyone in shared song danced upon as collective celebration that those who were sowed beneath prolific soil scooped from channels of irrigation will germinate as seeds do, to be reborn in the underworld, from where this fertile day rises and delivers your eyes into the palms that now cultivate you by your sight, as all mothers do with their giving of life. In the plazas that replace ancient maize fields, today, improbably, you can hear advice inherited from the conqueror's thievery. A veces, aún teniendo las pertenencias de las personas y sin estas haberse opuesto al robo, el ladrón decide acabar con la vida de la víctima solamente porque le dio la gana. Así, cuidado. Sometimes, even having people's belongings and without them having opposed the robbery, the thief decides to end the life of the victim just because he felt like it. So be careful here. Taught perfect existence was not to be found on this earth. The conquerors were men goaded by saints of their king-like deity, who is not possible to see, for being remote and separate from this world. Saints whose once revered hands are today carved of ivory, exposed from the fallow vestments in the temple. The pallid digits emerge like cold, barren tree from sacral cloth, intended to cover multitudes of sin, symbol of votive touch, whose purpose is to awaken punishment, whose teaching violent forever change, did not, as you now see, forestall the pollination of our eternal remembrance preserved in biologic songs that cannot be robbed from our humanity. For in the here that is inside your eyes, this fluorescence, instant gripped, passed from the clay woman's praise wave hands, how eternal our need to feel ourselves, to say ourselves to each other across aeons, speaking the grasp of our humanity. We a resonance of Zenu's golden burial bells in the tree of continuum that unifies all minds into one time sound, rooted in the earth of our commonalities. This unity, aware we are made whole and complete, ancient with tomorrows, sanctified the instant we see.
Ancient with tomorrows? Like, this dude's incredible. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Paul. Skip.
Hey, Paul, man, knocked another one out of the park.
That was great.
Just so much internal workings of the heart, the mind, the soul, body, belief, everything.
I do believe sometimes, Paul, like you must tell, like in your writing process, like tell your metaphors or imagery to be like, hey, go outside and pick me a switch. Because when it comes back into the poem, like it behaves well. Like you control your language so well. Like the discipline is insane, Paul. Really though.
Lord, not the switch.
Thanks, CP.
Not the switch.
Yo, you're ridiculous for that, man. But yo, that's again with the Gilgamesh reference and ranting that what you do, sir. Like I keep telling you, like every time I hear a poem, I could just hear your lightsaber just swinging, right? Hands from 1,000 years ago. To be reborn in the underworld, goaded by the saints of their kings like deity, the pollination of our eternal remembrance that cannot be robbed from our humanity. We are ancient with tomorrows. I don't know how you are able to, channel all of that and not just like explode, sir. You do some really, really masterful work, and the imagery that you shared, it was a great centerpiece for it. Thank you for doing what you do, sir. You do it incredibly well. Appreciate you. Literally, this cat's got more. Listen, he used to say he got more claim to this. Listen, he went to Gilgamesh, so yeah, he does that. Appreciate you, sir. Listen, I have not heard from Zach Frater, but looking forward to hearing from him. The next cat is not on the not in the building either, so we get to go to this razor blade over here, right? This cat has just done something to all of us when it comes to poetry, right? He has put me in spaces. We have done things together, but listen, this dude's for real. I continue to say he's gonna be the poet laureate of Earth. I heard somebody say he's gonna be traveling to some kind of a thing that they do. The razor blade that razor blade shaved with. Shout out the vets in the building. The one and only CP Mays is here. Let these folks know where they can find you, Mays. Come on, man. You know what it is, folks. Take it away.
Hey world, hello. Yeah, CP Mays at IG and on Facebook. Yeah, traveling and doing all that touring and stuff like that this summer. Once the semester is over and headed to the big regional in the United States, so it's gonna be good. Got some new shit, Wet Cement. Let me see if I can pull it off. It's called Dedication to My Soulful Trap. My diction has been dangling inside epiphanies dangerously. I'm life, where closet skeletons hang their birthday suits up at. Proud you would be, fashioned from within this. My walk-in closet is a club where my skeletons, my friends' skeletons, party like rock stars on standby, death frowning at my fashionably late. Always, I plan on being caught off guard and an off-the-clearance rack smile that looks a lot like sincerely, it's okay, stranger. There's no one living alive successfully living in the lies that they sell themselves. So daddy, don't wait for me, pops, just promise me, father, when you bump into Jesus, ask him where you can find his favorite wine cellar, and I promise you, I will be the well-tailored kid in the three-piece suited hangover, rocking his vintage cracked halo, still barely held together with duct tape, and the last few authentic smiles I seen right before they closed the casket on me. Tell my wife to bury me with whiskey, some writing prompts, one of her favorite wind chimes, and a wine corkscrew. I will wine cellar see you, Christ, and his daddy there later, pops. Truth be told, these poems stay patting down these pockets like they're trying to calm down my poverties. Find my chapstick for my lips service cracks smiles every time karma swung at me. Flinch, never. I feel alive when I'm locked up, locked eye to eye, locked within every one of my regrets is karma dancing around the living rooms left in my lungs, wearing nothing but her mother's last heartbeat tattooed on her forearm in a t-shirt with no panties on. Desperately she knows I need to know what God's honest truth looks like when there's nothing human left to hide behind. There are no monsters. There are monsters begging miracles to get God naked on my tongue. Early on, in every, anywhere, any, and every time I ever chose bar, the right cup to pour my heart into, it always came on the rocks. Dear Creator, these butterflies in my stomach desperately need to know what all our gods, seasoned myths, tastes like. This lava, saliva, lava on my tongue tastes like leftover dirty holy water left over boiling on stove overnight. Somebody tell my sins to sit heaven the hell down and let me and my metaphors cook. I am hungry. And winter's always coming, my friend. And I'm so not sorry my sins are so stop sign fine. And my depression is not my lowercase God. And that's the lie. My lowercase God wants me to ask you to be honest with yours and don't force me to slide Lucifer into reload my magazine full of Messiah and manna and kill everything. Not hallelujahing. Is it your job? Is that your lowercase God? What if heaven is just a really well-designed escape room where closet skeletons hang their birthday suits up at? Every book in the Bible were written by man. So someone tell the book of Genesis to stop goddamn gaslighting Eve. I am life, where closet skeletons hang their birthday suits up at. Poem.
Buck of here, kid. Fuck out of here, man. Unmute yourself. Give it up for CP
Maze. Oh my God. Nothing human left to hide behind. God on my tongue, booking ending it, and then thrown it all right in the face and say, look what the fuck you did to Eve. Damn, that's a lot of work.
Appreciate you. Thanks, CC.
Twisted, man. I love it.
Yeah, move over Gilgamesh. That's what I say.
I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah, the speakers
listening
on my
to-
computer are just
listening to
giving
you,
thanks that you
CP,
got
is
back
like-
here tonight.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you reminded me seeing you last night. Last night? Last night. Yeah. So thank you. Thanks, Kev. Woo.
Elizabeth, what did you say? I didn't catch what you said.
Please.
Elizabeth.
I was trying to talk, but and then my dog barked.
Dog got comments too.
Real
No,
dog.
it's
Tell him,
just-
tell him.
he likes
Tell him, Devin, tell him.
it, bro.
The bulldog is in the building. The bulldogs are in the building.
Hey, Elizabeth, take three. Let's go. What is it now?
No, just puppy. Like, just CP. I mean, you could just have your delivery and saying something like inane, like, and then I went to the grocery store and then I fucking did the laundry. But then you do your delivery plus like saying things like lowercase God and things like you, and then the intelligence of the words, and it's really astounding. And then I feel like we're all just frozen. Like I'm trying to follow and watch you, and it's an entire experience. So I look up to you for that.
I've said
Thank
it
you.
before, but that man does not waste a syllable or a breath. Like every one is like, I know this is my last word. And then he just keeps going. I may never breathe again, so I better make this next syllable good.
Never know what could
And then he
happen.
does it again and again. And then he has the craft to deliver it. And then, I don't know, man. You better just keep taking those lozenges. We need you.
Right. And I forgot. Hello World. Shout out to Mayari Literature for publishing one of my pieces. Super excited about that.
You know what I heard one time, that Tom Waits, when he realized that his whole career was going to be doing, which is not his voice, that his vocal coach was Sinatra's.
Listen, y'all. Check it out. When you have a connection to a genius gene and then have a direct connection to a creative gene, you end up in a labyrinth that the world called a maze. And he continues to drop us in this maze, and we just get stuck overlook hoteling this shit and end up frozen. Yo, that dude, like the saliva lava on my tongue, like that's one of my favorite. Death smiling at my fashionably late. Right? These poems stay patting down these pockets. The living room left in my lungs. Like, listen, man, shout out to Suicide Lines. Yo. That's I mean, that kind of, yeah, but nah. Yo, that's just work, man. Like, you are a hard act to follow because of the dedication that you put into your work. You don't take lines off like CC was saying, right? I told you before, right? You never let your audience off the hook, and that's exactly what you're supposed to do. As an artist on stage, you don't take a bar off, right? Cats always talk about that filler bar. Nah, you don't take no bars off. Shout out to Suicide Lines. Yo, that's how you close down the guaranteed list. So, yo, appreciate everybody who rocking the guaranteed list. Let's get to this good luck round. Coming up first, This gentleman, listen, one of the best backgrounds in the building. I love seeing the sun go down. Listen, the songs that this cat writes, the way that he sings his songs, I like to call this cat the folk singer of our generation, man, truly. And you'll hear why I say that. The one and only Bill Elkins is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Bill. It is always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Thank you, Elemental. Again, you're overly generous, but I appreciate it. Hi, everybody. I can be found on Instagram, Midwestern Bill 51. Anyway, I was going to do one of my love songs, but after listening to Joski's song and Ike, and listening to what's been going on in the world, I'm going to change my tune. I'm going to do my song for Sir Donald, against Sir Donald. Hope you like it. Leonard, legend in his own mind, the Ballad of Donald Trump. Me, myself, and I is all that matters to me. I am your president of the USA, the most popular one, you see. I'll build a wall to keep Mexicans out and make Mexico glad to pay. I'll make my white billionaire friends billionaires and ship my enemies to Guantanamo Bay. Myself and I is all that matters to me. I am your president of the USA, the most intelligent one, you see. I'll rewrite the Constitution and push the High Court to the right of Attila the Hun. I'll empower rednecks to teach our children to shoot and carry guns. Oh, me, myself, and I is all that matters to me. I am your president of the USA, the best negotiator, you see. I want the religious right to capture all liberals and nail them to the cross. I'll have Fox News publish all news that I approve, and I'll shut down the fake New York Times. Oh, me, myself, and I is all that matters to me. I am your president of the USA, the most popular one, you see. I'll banish all science, including global warming, evolution, CDC, and the EPA. I'll declare creationism to be our religion and ship all heathens to Guantanamo Bay. Oh, me, myself, and I is all that matters to me. I am your president, soon to be your emperor. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, indeed. My friend Putin is my mentor. I want to be a cold bastard just like him. He's helped me get here, more than you know. Hell, the lyrics to the lyrics to the song I got from him. my vision for your future, which I will reveal in my tweets. I am the new world order and will nuke any country who questions my sovereignty. I'll restore the white male ruling class, relegating women and minorities back to subservient roles. I'll empower the born-again religious right, because they don't question my supreme unfettered authority. My name is Donald Trump. Putin and I approve this message. Thank you, everybody.
I told you, man, this dude does that. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Bill Elkins.
Bill, I love that, man. That was great.
Getting scary. It's getting scary. That motherfucker. Excuse my French. That mother.
Yes.
It's like every one of your pieces, Bill, is a kind. Bill, it's like every one of your pieces is a real homage to the tradition of the troubadour, the American troubadour. It's really full of roots.
Yeah, that's true. We need more of them.
Absolutely. We need many more folks who tell the stories that you tell, right? Because a lot of people get to the top of the mountain, they want to tell about the view, but there are people that remind us that the root, the base of the volcano is more important than the top, right? And I appreciate the fact that you focus on those things and you tell those stories from that strong base perspective, right? And you say things like, make my billionaire friends trillionaires. Like, have we ever even had a trillionaire in the world? But he's probably going to make a few. That's incredible. And then you turned it into an incredible song. We appreciate you, sir. Really. That is what, protest. That's what revolution sounds like. It's singing the songs. It's saying the words that no one has the fearlessness to say. We do. Appreciate you, sir. Truly. All right. Coming up next, you've heard some folks mention this artist a few times this evening. She makes space for so many artists on so many platforms. She is now responsible for some push cart nominees. She hosts an open mic. She hosts workshops, loose lip sync karaoke ships. Listen, this incredible artist just does so many things. I like to call her the daughter of Krypton, our resident superhero in the building. The one and only Finn Bell is here. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you. Please take it away.
It's always good to see you too, Elemental. Hello, Poet family. You can find me on Instagram. I'm Finn_Bell. So I actually started this year. I have a friend that some of you may know. His name is D. Allen, and he just loves when I do short form poetry. He loves when I do haiku and senryu and tanka. So he reignited that love for me. I decided to start doing those, and I discovered something called the Diamante poem, which holds the shape of a diamond. So I kind of created versions of that. I wanted to share with you guys first what I call a double vertical, which is a 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 4 3 3 2 2 1 1 word per line. So this is called a Diamante double vertical. When I see you walk toward me, my heart is all aflutter, da-dum. Oh, so swiftly, boom, 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 sigh. Yet nary a glance my way. To you, I do not exist. And then I did a Diamante double horizontal, which I found out actually is a form. It's either called a Sylvia or a Laterne. So I called it an Alta Sylvia or an Alta Laterne. The trouble with love is not the loving part, but rather its absence of it. Let me do that again. The trouble with love is not the loving part, but rather it's the absence of it, or perhaps its presence, albeit woefully uneven. One lover loving too much, the other too little. Okay. So the second one I want to share is from the amazing Jericho Brown. This is from the anthology Together in a Sudden Strangeness. Alice Quinn was the one who was the editor for it. So this is Jericho Brown. Say thank you, say I'm sorry. I don't know whose side you're on, but I'm here for the people who work in grocery stores that glow in the morning and close down for deep cleaning at night. Right up the street and in cities I mispronounce, in towns too tiny for my big black car to quit, and in every wide corner of Kansas where going to school means at least one field trip to a slaughterhouse. I want so little. Another leather-bound book, a gimlet with a lavender gin, bread, so good. When I taste it, I can tell you how it's made. I'd like us to rethink what it is to be a nation. I'm in the mood about America today. I have PTSD about the Lord. God save the people who work in grocery stores. They know a bit of glamour. There's a lot of glamour. They know how much it costs for the eldest of us to eat. Save my loves and not my sentences. Before I see them, I draw a mole near my left dimple, add flair for the smile they can't see behind my mask. I grin or lie, or maybe I wear the mouth of a beast. I eat wild animals while some of us grow up knowing what gnocchi is. The people who work at the grocery don't care. They say, thank you. They say, sorry, we don't sell motor oil anymore, with a grief so thick you could touch it. Go on, touch it. It is early, it is late. They have washed their hands. They have washed their hands for you. And they take the bus home. I hope I have a tiny bit of time. Right before this session, I was attending a ekphrastic night, ekphrastic writing with Jen Pitoniak with Eastern Shore Writers Association. And so she showed, as the artist was Malak Matar, who is a Palestinian artist. And this was on her piece, 2024, No Words. It's not a poem, it's just a stream of consciousness, but I wanted to share it anyway. Sleep, no sleep, vigil. The horse neighs, horror. We line up, we do not know where we are going. Lining up to the gallows to receive food, care, to capture attention, burn a hole that becomes an imprint. A brain will retain a trauma. Speaking the same language, does anyone remember faces not at all like our own? Leach color from the landscape, and someone will need to describe the daylight's warm hues to us. Was it ever the exact color of new blood spilling? The horse loses sense of direction and enters the slaughterhouse willingly. The surrender of flesh to feed the starving and displaced surpass clemency. There is no use in the ritual of dying. This land has always known death. Thank you.
Come on. Come on. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Finn. Bill.
More.
Amazing, amazing. Even teaching us different forms of, poetry. You're just amazing, Finn. We love you. We love you.
Absolutely.
Super stuff. Thank you.
Yeah, the technical aspects of what you bring are just so beyond me. It's just kind of a wonder.
Indeed, right? And not only did she come with a new form, she flipped the new form, right? Before we even get a chance to get down with it, she flipped it for you. You know what I mean? Like, I love it, right? The Diamante poem. And then you come with the Diamante double vertical, and then you bring that back with a double horizontal. Like I thought we were in poetry. You went straight gymnastics with it. For real. Shout out to Sister Bianca too for her acronym acrobatics this morning. Listen, how you do that, you bring texture into your poem with the heartbeat. Oh, so swiftly. Ba-boom, ba-boom, right? Hardest thing about love is not the loving part, but rather it's the absence of it. One person loves too much, the other too little. Jericho Brown is just ridiculous for what he does. At least one field trip to the slaughterhouse. Damn. What are you telling people? Take them to the slaughterhouse, you know? In your fourth poem, you said, lining up to the gallows to receive food. That imagery is just deadly. Getting your food at the gallows, that's just deadly. I love that imagery, especially if they're cleaning it. The exact color of new blood spilling. What you do is incredible. Continue to do it, please. Make sure you plug in with Finn Bell and all the things Fincabulary does. They are publishing incredible artists. Listen, plug in with Finn Bell. Make sure you tell her again to put her information in the chat so you do not miss it. Appreciate you, truly. Always good to see you. Shout out Grasshopper. Coming up next, yo, this incredible artist, educator, incredible poet continues to come through with that work. I'm telling you, prepare yourself for the one and only wall poet in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
All right, you can find me at wallpoet82 on IG. Kind of see I have a different background. I'm still in my car though. So, all right, let me get this ready. So this next piece I wrote last week. I've already performed twice. I think you mentioned earlier sometimes you feel like you really need to write something, and this is it. So might be a little bit different than what I normally do, but all right, it's called Be the Change. I won't sell you false promises or have a catchy slogan for you to put on the front of an overpriced t-shirt or hat. That's what con artists do. Let's do that again. I won't sell you false promises or have a catchy slogan for you to put on the front of an overpriced t-shirt or hat. That's what con artists do. I don't have a crystal ball or am able to show you how to fix all your problems. That's what fortune tellers do. And unless their last name is Targaryen, don't wait on a hero to brandish a sword while cruising on the back of a dragon heading to the village of your enemies. That's what HBO is for. What I can do is be a poet, purposefully dreaming while wielding words like Thor does his hammer in my quest to embrace the humanity of marginalized communities. Doing my best to speak on behalf of the voiceless and dedicated to relaying the significance of compassion to the rising generation, while also instilling the importance of critical thinking. Aspiring to pen words capable of sparking change even when times seem the most dire or bleak. Aspiring to touch on the struggles of people thought of as extraterrestrials for not having the proper documentation. Aspiring to touch on the struggles of people thought of as extraterrestrial for not having the proper documentation. Aspiring to be a better human being. And I'm old enough to tell you that this won't be the last time that you'll feel discouraged, let down, or downtrodden. And this won't be the last time that you'll feel jaded about the world's state or feel life is not fair, because you're right, it's not. but I'm urging you to become a living embodiment of the difference you wish to make, urging you to have dreams the size of meteors and persistence like stars brightly blazing for billions of years in the sky, urging you to not take things for granted and be ready to battle ignorance through education and have the grace to deal with differing perspectives, but still be willing to hold your ground when needed, urging you to value empathy over callousness and never stop being able to detect injustice, especially against those who need it the most, urging you to create timeless art that challenges dated ways of thinking and stirs the human spirit, urging you to become the change you want to see. See, you are an underdog, patiently playing possum in order to deliver that knockout blow. See, you are underestimated, undervalued, and currently under construction. See, your resilience is unmatched, and your desire to better the world isn't only admirable, it's necessary. See, your resilience is unmatched, and your desire to better the world isn't only admirable, it's necessary. See, you are capable of so much more, but you just don't know it yet. And how do I know? Because I am too. Thank you very much.
It's something about those car vibes because this cat just brings it. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Wall Poet.
I
All right,
love
well,
that.
poet.
I love that.
Bravo, bravo.
Great way to command that poem.
Thank you.
Yeah, love the last line, the last point you made.
Thank you.
You know, I was saying this the other night, you know, to do this kind of work, it really, the foundation of it is self-respect, speaking from self-respect.
Thank you.
And listen, no disrespect, but you sound so much like a teacher, right? trying to put the work inside of poetry, and you're doing a hell of a job, sir. Seriously, right? When you can wrap the lesson into a poem and then spit that like that, your students don't have a choice but to like, damn, sir, what you doing? How'd you do that? Like, I wanna, I wanna do something like that too, right? Right? And then you start saying, become a living embodiment of the change you want to make. Battle ignorance through education. Like that's something that can be translated in a million different languages and can be taken home every single night. Every single night. Make that a mantra in your classroom. I'm telling you, that absolutely works, sir. Truly. Appreciate you, man, for doing what you're doing. And listen, and spitting it in the cop, man. That's how you do. I don't care about the location. The work gets done. Appreciate you. All right, coming up next, I like to call this artist Mrs. Good Luck Round. She always finds a way to come through at this time. And whether she is on the path or not, her work still carries weight. And we've heard this evening, right, that even her animal, even her dog was like, hey, make sure you tell her what the hell's going on, right? Listen, we will bring on Elizabeth Horan, and listen, the one and only. And listen, you've heard her this evening, right, in her insight. And listen, she is a part of this community, and she is dedicated to always making sure that we know how she feels about it. And that's the work, folks. Great to see you, Elizabeth. As always, let these folks know where they can find you. Please take it away.
Hi, everybody. Thank you. What a honor and pleasure always to be here. I am out on my deck in the very cold air because my dog barks if I'm inside. And so I feel like I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do tonight. And I decided that, like, I felt like if I were to, like, die tonight, not that I'm going to, but if I were, I would want to sing for y'all and be brave. So I'm going to sing you guys a song, and it's Inventame. Okay. Because, you know, being brave is part of what we do. Por las cosas de la edad, por dudarte mi verdad, te fuiste ayer. Dejaste mis brazos un amanecer. Ahora cuentan por ahí que cambiaste tu forma de vestir, que alguien adornas con tu sonreír. Ya no me mandes decir que no me quieres perder, que ahora ya es muy tarde, que si quieres volverme a ver, invéntame. I'm sorry, I'm so nervous. I got this. Te obliga ya que te ame como yo. Construye con sus años mi existir. Hazme sentir lo que a mí te gustó, invéntame. Y dale como a mí un beso a él. A ver si se te eriza igual la piel. Invéntame, inventa lo que un día pudimos ser. Yeah, that's good. That's good enough. Thank you, guys.
That was something I don't think any of us were expecting this evening. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, that was
Big love, big love.
wonderful.
What is happening? It's like, wow.
So what do you do for an encore?
Yeah, I can do Vas porque yo quiero que te vayas. Short.
Oh, here we go.
Sí, señores. Okay. Vas porque yo quiero que te vayas. A la hora que yo quiero te detengo. Yo sé que mi cariño te hace falta. Porque quieres o no, yo soy tu dueño. Quiero que te vayas por el mundo. Y quiero que conozcas mucha gente. Yo quiero que te besen otros labios para que me compares hoy como siempre. Si encuentras un amor que te comprendes y sientes que te quiere más que nadie, entonces yo daré la media vuelta y me iré con el sol cuando muera la tarde. Entonces yo daré la media vuelta y me iré con el sol cuando muera la tarde. Vas porque yo quiero que te vayas.
All right.
Y muy buenas noches.
What is happening? What is happening?
Brava.
I was
Gracias, amor.
I was today years old when I saw this happen. That's crazy.
Very good.
That was unexpected. That was really special.
Yeah.
You got chops. You got an ear. You got an octave. You got well,
I'm waiting to
I've been
do
telling
duets
myself I
with
can't
you
sing for
and
so long that this place made me say to stop that.
Bring your guitar.
well, I want to just sing Simon and Garfunkel with
Oh.
Joski so bad, and
Oh, that'd be a great deal.
Like
yeah,
a
Joski.
bridge over
I'll do it.
troubled
I'll do it with any of y'all
waters.
any day. and some Bonnie
I will
Raitt.
lay me
CC, we
down. Come
do
on.
Bonnie Raitt or we do Neil
Wait,
Young. I don't care.
I don't care.
Little Wayne.
Well,
Yes.
I can't sing together. Well,
Okay. Yeah, man. Hold on. She's talking about Bonnie Raitt and Simon and Garfunkel, and you throw in Wheezy. Like, I love it. Throw a wrench in every system. That was amazing. First of all, secondly, none of us were expecting that. I don't even know if any of us knew that she spoke Spanish. Anyone? I don't even know. Of course, the daughter of Krypton knows. Of course, she knows. Yo, that was amazing. And I appreciate you for holding on to that and then dropping it on us like that. It's like, oh, I'm just on my balcony and I'm just gonna sing a song. And it happened to be in Spanish. And it happened to be just, I got you. Okay. We got you. So you do know that you just fucked up though, right? Just in case you didn't know that, you did. Because now we need to hear you sing more often. Great work. All right, y'all. Closing the evening out. This cat right here, all the way from Racine, Wisconsin, chapter, president of his chapter of poet. I like to call this cat the captain of the street team because he puts in the work that no one else really wants to do, and he does that shit well. The one and only Inspiration is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, man. It is always great to see you. Glad you made it, man. Please take it away.
Man, glad to be here. I put my information in the comments there. I got some new shit. A little different delivery than I'm used to. And it's called Okay by Inspiration. And I might have a second one, but we'll go with this. You haven't seen me in my normal spots as of lately, due to the fact that I don't want the people who know me well to recognize my pain. Coming up to talking to me about, I see it in your eyes. Are you okay? You want to talk about it? I'm here for you if you need, okay? Yeah, I'm okay. And I appreciate you. I do. Just don't take this the wrong way. I love all of y'all. So I don't want to talk to anyone. I want to talk to me, okay? So let me be okay. I'm going to be okay. Because all real geniuses, we talk to ourselves. Just let me be, okay? So the ink in this pen, it speaks for me. Well, it translates my emotions because they're foreign to me. And I wear them on me like a sleeve, though I don't let them in me. I clean my wounds with alcohol, dirt, and then I wrap duct tape around them bitches. Not that I don't know how, though I don't want to trust. I don't want to love. But y'all can trust in me, okay? I just want to fuck hard, laugh loud, travel far, and break bread, okay? So with that being said, I stay loyal to one woman at a time. I don't cheat, okay? Y'all know who she is. She better know who she is, because Mika, baby, I know who she is. We can ride together till the wheels fall off. But let's lose track of how many pairs we go through, okay? Just know that the ride can be and will be bumpy. Because emotionally and mentally, I'm not okay. I'm okay with being me, okay? My tolerance for pain, it's straight. I don't want it to leave. 3 and out on them attempts at suicide, so that's out the way. I mean, I guess I'm okay. That, in fact, showed and proved that I'm meant to be here, okay? Yeah, I know I was sent to be a messenger. So by who? I'm not sure. I'm not sure about their name. Is that okay? Y'all can see the pain in my eyes because it's on its way out. to share and show you that I understand, okay? I am not misery looking for company. I am the company with multiple personalities looking to understand who I am, okay? So I could continue to be happy with just wanting to fuck hard, laugh loud, travel far, and break bread, okay? I'm a great friend. I'm just not always friendly. And I'm a great father. With my love, it's tough, okay? I'm the son of great parents. So I definitely could be an asshole, okay? You can trust, love, and believe in the fact that I am dedicated to change this world one place at a time. And I'll do that by taking the unnecessary pain away. And I'll put it in the air where it's fair. Because I'm a vessel, okay? So on your worst days, you can believe that someone else has it worse today. And everything's gonna be okay. I'm not above you, I'm not below you, I'm right beside you. I guess that's just the earth and the gods in me. So is that okay? I'm my inspiration. Poet!
I tell you, this dude does that. Unmute yourself, give it up for inspiration.
Yo, first thing, inspiration, like I always believe that there's like a line that we see in front of us, right? That truth line. And once we step across that truth line, it can be addictive because now you can't fucking turn back. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep finding the next fucking line to step across. And I believe a rhetorical question is one of the most powerful things in existence because it puts the answer back into the person's head that you're asking, and you trust that they're going to come up with their own answers the way they need to. So the way you did that, okay, fucking insane, man. That's crazy. Sorry, I had to say that. That's crazy.
I appreciate that. Makes sense too.
You know, the answer to there is no answer is there is only now. I wrote that on a piece of paper and I forgot about it. And it's sitting here after he said that, like it just fell to the top of the pile. I don't know how that happened. But, no apologies. And, the whole thing, my transpiring or transition or transcendence was that truths die and honesty only lives in the moment. So honesty has always been that, like, rather than I can't go back, it's like I'm not going to lie to myself because whatever truth that was a lie that I made it through 3 times, 10 times. Me, I'm more like I'm in the 20s, but so it's like once you have that intangible honesty in front of you where you're not going to lie to yourself anymore, then your truths go like a sieve through it. You could survive I'm in pain is the truth, but that shit don't hold water in a sieve. But that sieve is just there. It's only every moment is new. And that's what I heard from that piece. That's what I heard. It's like you're becoming that vessel that transcends, Time is just a construct. There's another way to look at it. Space is a construct, and we're a gift. Gratitude, 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 my man. Gratitude.
Brother.
Yeah, here's the thing, Craig.
Man. I appreciate that insight. I felt in the last 2 weeks I've had 16 teeth extracted from my mouth. So it's like I was nervous about how it was gonna sound.
Well, Paul was gonna say something too.
Oh
yeah, wow. You sound fine. I would have never guessed you had those things pulled out of your jaw. So don't worry about that.
Yeah.
I was going to say, here's the thing. We're all born into this place that wants to assign us who we are. And so much of the struggle is I just cannot stand when people will not let me be me. And I just identified with your poem, every line of that. And like CP said, that rhetorical question, okay. And, the answer to that is you know, your own answer to that is, I don't really care what the fuck you say if it's okay or not, you know?
How does
And
the fuck hard, laugh loud, travel far, break bread? Okay.
yeah,
No, I know people don't always understand it when I say it, but you can't have my death. That's mine.
Ah, like that. Like I might
yeah, and
use
it go,
that one, CC. I might
you
use
know,
that one.
you know, and it goes back to what I said a few minutes ago. So much of the foundation of what we do in these poems is built on self-respect. And you know, why do we have to fight so hard to be allowed to be who we are? And why do people get so sick inside? Because they're not allowed to be who they are, and they can't find a way to do that with all the shit that's dumped on top of them.
Reality's a liar.
You know? So yeah, you don't want to live a lie about who you are. It's just the land of being sick. So that was just a very refreshing poem to hear, Craig.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
This place is magical, man.
And I wanted to relay a message from DG Clearing. He says hi to everybody that remembers him.
Oh, I remember DG. Good man.
Yeah, clap back at him.
All right back at you, DG.
Yeah, I got to hear him perform, and I got to meet and shake his hand here in Milwaukee. What was that? On Monday, he performed, and I swear, man, that dude's delivery like just had me thinking, like Alfred Hitchcock and Edgar Allan Poe. You know, I mean, it was very captivating. But I had to make sure I went and saw him, because without him, James Hamilton, aka the Plug, wouldn't have been here, and without James Hamilton, the Plug, I wouldn't be here. So I had to make sure I shook that man's hand, and I look forward to doing that with so many of y'all in the future. Know that I do have a call-in open mic that I do every first and third Wednesday. That information is in there. I do bring in people from out of town, out of state, out of region. So if you're interested in coming to Wisconsin, give me a hit up. I like to bring people together that maybe top tier in their area, but not known, as well in Wisconsin, but then bring a top tier feature from Wisconsin into the building at the same time, so y'all can network, build those bridges together, and continue the movement. That's just the networker in me, the promoter in me, and as our host often says, the captain of the street team. Starting to accept that. So, yeah, please let me know. And thanks for all the kind words, guys.
Yeah. Of course, man. Listen. When you spit it like that, when you give it your all like that, your colleague can feel that, right? It's not just some superficial crap that you put on a piece of paper and want to call it poetry, right? But when your colleagues can feel your work, that is the work, right? Is that okay, right? To recognize my pain, is that okay? Right? I love y'all, but I don't want to talk to anyone. Is that okay? He said, I just rub my wounds with alcohol and dirt and wrap duct tape around them bitches. Like, if that ain't some Rambo type shit, you know what I mean? I appreciate that, man. For real. I'm okay with being me, okay? Hey, not everybody can even accept that. So hell yeah, that's okay. Appreciate you, man, for doing all that you do and continuing to share it with us. Man, that's the work. We truly, truly appreciate you. Look, listen, it has been an incredible night. We are going to jump into the cipher just for a few minutes because we haven't in a while. We are just over, but I want to make sure that we all have a chance to, let your colleagues know how you feel about some things. Listen, it has been a great evening, from the opener and Michael Sindler to the closer and CP Mays to the closer of the good luck round and in I Inspiration. I can't thank y'all enough for doing what you do, for making this for making this the greatest community in the world. It's not just me saying that. Y'all make it the greatest community in the world. Make sure you are plugging in with Nuyorican.org. Get yourself some merch. Find yourself in one of the venues. It has been an incredible night. I love y'all all. Make sure you stay tuned for the cipher. We're going to end the night like this until we meet again. May this energy we conjure this evening supercharge the rest of your week. Take this power, inspire others, energize creativity as we all hope to do through the spirit of Miguel Agarin. Your voice is appreciated, necessary, and always valuable in this space. Thank you for sharing it with us. Never forget, cowards get buried here, and we reclaim our strength through our fearlessness. On behalf of the greatest community in the world, it has truly been a pleasure spending Thursday night with y'all. Until next week, peace and blessings.